5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is going on, everyone? Welcome. We are live. It is a brand new day. I hope you're all having a fantastic day so far today. Hope you're all having a good one. Hope you're all rested, recuperated. What day is it? Wait, is it? It's Thursday, right? It's Thursday. I don't know why you'd be rested and recuperated on a Thursday. That doesn't... Like, if anything, you'd be super tired on a Thursday because of working all week. Or like going to school all week or something like that. Making some gamer subs. Don't mind me. Just making a little gamer subs real quick. Oh, that's so much. Oh my god. Just gotta make a little kissy passion to start the day. Caffeine free because I like to drink my tea. Hi guys, all doing though? Welcome to the stream. Hello Shell, hello Alice, hello Puro. Hello Briar, hello Ducko. Hello Purple. Hello Jaywalker, Abram. Blue Gem sings Ate the Food. Lovely name, great name. Hello Sansi, Clover, Spatial. How you guys doing? Do I drink enough water? Listen, this is all water, apart from the powder. But apart from that, it's all water. I also have a separate water bottle as well, separate from my gamer subs. I also have a cup of tea. You know what they say, chat? They say one for fun, one for hydration, and one for fun and caffeine. I'm so hydrated. You would not believe. So hydrated. Yeah, I got a little kissy passion here. It's nice and delicious. But how you guys all doing? Welcome in. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Happy Thursday, everyone. We actually have like a big react sesh today. Nice big react sesh. Three different videos. Goodness me, 3 of them. Can you believe it? And should all be fantastic and great. But yeah, I hope you're all having a good day so far today. And if not, I hope this helps. Hope hanging out for a little bit helps. Okay, I gotta put my rings on. I need to stop punching my own hands when I put my rings on because it causes pain and unhappiness. I'm so hydrated. I drink so much water, it's a problem. Like, it's genuinely an issue. Speaking of, by the way, a little thirsty. What can I say? Noah. Oh, the Noah. Oh, wait, I get it. Oh, so everyone's having issues? That's so weird. Is Shady Stream fixed yet, or is it still goosed? Maybe, oh, okay, it might be one of those things where it just like takes a second for it to like properly get ready, properly get in, you know? When will you work with PM7 again? I may or may not be on an episode of Leaderboard in the future at some point between now and the end of days. I realize that doesn't narrow anything down. But I may or may not be. I think it's one of those things where it just needs the stream to like get going first, because I swear it used to do that for me all the time, where I'd go live and then YouTube would be like really bad for a second. And then after a few minutes, it kind of clears up. So it might be one of those things. So I think if we just like give it a second, it'll be okay. Congrats on being the first person with 3 appearances and no wins. Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's... I mean, when you say it like that, it doesn't sound as good. When you say it like that. Yo, Bonton, thank you so much for this 7 months. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. It was over a month ago. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're the guest that PM7 invites so he feels better about himself. What the hell? I'm so good at Pokemon. What the hell? I watch more Pokemon videos than anyone. Well, why are you still so bad at the challenges? I don't know. I'm sorry. That's my bad. I apologize. Listen, no one else has a score like me. No one else has a score like me. Also, yeah, yesterday we uploaded the first Nuzlocke in a really long time that I posted on the main channel ever since the color lock. and it was my redemption arc. It was my redemption arc. It was the story of failure and succession. It was the story of clearing past wrongs. It was the story of me starting with an X-Cloud, actually. And I think, honestly, I'm really happy with the way that Nuzlocke went. I think that was a good one, honestly. It took a little while to turn it into a video, but honestly, you want to know why? It's mainly because I did not know what to title and thumbnail it. That's it. I had Callum work on the thumbnail. He's so talented. How is he so talented? I don't understand. He's got so many brains. And he came over with a really sick thumbnail eventually because I had no idea what to do. And I think it came out really cool. Like I like the way it looks a lot. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what to thumbnail and title this. I really don't. I don't even know what to do for the intro. But I decided to do like the reference to the first Nuzlocke I ever did where I cheated and I was like, okay, I'm gonna redeem myself now. We're from buffering to no sound. No sound? Chat, clap once if you can hear me. Wait. Chat can't clap. Chat, type 1 if you can hear me. Yeah, the stream's laggy because I don't know why. For some reason today, it's just really bad. For some reason, it's just like terrible. I have no idea. If you give it like a second, it just like sorts itself out, which it should do, honestly. It should be sorting itself out. So I got saying that from Ludwig's streamed class, which is actually a really good way to get the attention of a class. If you're a teacher and there's like loads of kids talking, you say, clap once. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Boom, there you go. You have the attention. It's actually a really good way. Dude, I feel so bad for teachers. They need to be paid like triple. They're so underpaid and so underappreciated. Teachers do so much. YouTube muted your stream by default. What? They muted the stream? What the hell? I was a teacher for 10 years. Glad I got out. And that's so sad, though. That's so sad. Teachers don't need pay. They need society's help. I think they also need pay. They do not get... Dude, teachers do not get paid a lot. Teachers do not get paid a lot. Wait, any actual... Hey, hold on. Teachers in the class, do you think that actually works? The clap one, clap twice thing? I think that's like a good idea. I don't know. I've never been a teacher, though. I feel like I got some sleep in my eyes. Congrats, you're tied with Papa C, Catherine, and Raidaway. All have one appearance. Wait, how many appearances do I have? I have 2, right? Wait, there was the fusion video, and it was the guess the Pokemon by one little piece of information thing. So technically, that's not even that bad. I would say a 0% win rate on 2 appearances is not even that bad. I feel like that's okay. Like, there's time to turn it around. I could turn it to like a 10-2 kind of appearance. I could take it 10-2. We all need more pay except streamers. Well, listen, we don't have to take it that far. As we all know, streaming is the hardest job in the world. As we all know. If anything, our brave streamers need more. Those poor guys. Do you know how hard it is to play a video game? Do you know how hard it is to watch someone else's video? Our brave streamers on the front lines. On the front lines every day. Except the days they take off because they don't necessarily have to abide by anyone else's schedule. So hard for them. Our streamer needs money so he can rip packs. Hey, well, I mean, since you mentioned it, every 10 members, we're going to spin the pack wheel and open some freaking pitch black packs. Dude, I'm so pissed off. Rich pulled the Mega Darkrai. I'm not pissed off. I'm happy for him. I'm more angry at the luck of the world because I also want that card so bad. It's Darkrai. It's my guy. That's my guy. I love the card. It looks so sick. I want to pull it so bad. I don't know if it might be in here. I don't know. Rich pulled the Mega Darkrai. It looks so good. He needs to give it to you or he's not a good friend. And honestly, that's so true. That's so true because if he was my friend, my true friend, he would give me his stuff. He would give me probably all of his stuff, actually. He'd probably give me all of his stuff. His cool Camerabton rug. He would give me like his his background lights, the Plusle light. You probably give him the Mega Darkrai card. I wouldn't want to take Yuna away from him though. They like I as much as I love she's absolutely wonderful. I couldn't take that away from him. His house though would be good, and maybe his car. I don't drive, but like I just want it. Oh, thank you, Philip. Thank you so much. Oh, you don't know how hard it is. Yeah, I don't drive, but you can give me his car. I'd really appreciate Rich's car. That'd be cool. I guess I don't drive, but yeah, I just kind of want it. House would be nice. He could keep one of the rooms, so he has somewhere to sleep, but like the rest of it, obviously, should give it to his friend. Just saying, he should give it to his friend. I'd lend you my luck, but if I did, it would make it worse. Tough. Anyone got any actual luck? What's my chase? I'm the Darkrai guy, guys. Listen, I know that Arcanine is my number 1 right now. And it's changed over the years, but Darkrai used to be my number 1. Now it's my number 2. I need the Darkrai. Do I have a driver's license? I do have a driver's license. It did expire for a really long time and I didn't get it renewed because I don't have a car. So I don't drive. So I just had an expired driver's license. But yeah, I do have one. I got one when I was like 17 and I never drove again. That's it. I started learning. Is it 17? I think it's 17. Yeah, it's 17. You can start learning in the UK. I started learning at 17, passed, never drove again. Never touched the steering wheel apart from when we went to this go-karting place in America. That was so much fun. I came last. It's probably because I don't drive. I think the Darkrai SAR looks really good. I think they could have used more colors maybe so it's not all black. But I mean, listen, the set's called Pitch Black. Like, what do you expect? I think it looks gorgeous. And I think the Mega Darkrai in general looks really cool too. Yeah, I don't use I don't have a car because like there's trains close to me. I can usually just walk everywhere I need to go. Like I can walk to my gym, I can walk to the shop. That's all I really need to do on a daily basis. And if I really need to go somewhere, there's trains. Don't really need a car, to be honest. That's not to say that they're reliable or good, but they're there. So there it is. All right. Guys, shall we get cracking? I think it's about that time. Wait, it's going to show the right... It's not going to show the right thing, is it? Oh, it did show the right thing. Let's go. Huge. Absolutely massive. It's react time. React time. Can you believe it's react time? Like my song, I wrote that. I wrote it right now. Like while I was singing it, I was writing it. They call me a man of many talents. Many talents. All right. First up, folks. Is this a Poketuber that uses AI? He used to. He doesn't anymore. I actually watched a video of him. Search bar true. I actually watched a video of him called like recreating, like redesigning AI Pokemon with real art. He did used to use it. He doesn't anymore. He actually talked about in the video how, like, when he started, he used AI for the designs and stuff like that. But since he's been able to grow, he's been able to, like, hire and pay a real artist. And then he went back and fixed the old ones, too, which is really cool. Listen, I respect someone that is... And we can talk about it in the video, too. I respect someone that is willing to, like, admit... Or not admit, but, like change and become better. All right, here we go. What if Eevee evolved 100 times? That is honestly a ludicrous amount of times to evolve. Let's have a look.
Eevee could evolve into a dragon type. Well, what about a fighting?
Wait, where'd it go? Did I click the picture and where'd the movie go? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Why'd I call it a movie? Well, it sounds like I'm 7 million years old. Where'd the movie go? The picture was on screen and now it's... Now, where'd it go?
Type. A ground type? A bug type? What if the evolutions had mega evolution? Or even better, what if they had a...
Oh, when he said evolve, they mean, they're including like mega evolutions. Oh, it's this.
Attack speed and defense forms just like Deoxys. What if
okay, that's kind of sick.
Eevee had a regional variant with brand new regional evolution. And what about a past paradox form with 8 new prehistoric evolutions?
Okay.
Or future paradox with robotic evolution. What if Eevee could fuse with legendary?
I do love Lunala. I absolutely I love Lunala so much. I don't know why. It's so weird. Like, recently, I've been going through this change with the Pokemon that I like. Like, just recently, Dragonites hit, like, the top 5. I don't even know why. It came out of nowhere. I just looked at Dragonite one day, and I was like, yeah, I love that guy. He's great. And then every time I look at Lunala, I just think, wow, what a fantastic Pokemon. That is brilliant. The design, so sleek, so gorgeous, so beautiful. The power, incredible. And also, it's like kind of cute too. It's a cute bat.
Evolved just by leveling up. What if there were 100 evolutions?
That is insane.
Look, we all know that Eevee is super popular among Pokemon fans, but it's even more popular among Pokemon fan artists because they're always creating the absolute coolest brand new forms and evolutions for Eevee that you've ever seen.
True, people are so creative about that. Absolutely insane.
Today's video, I thought it'd be fun to look at 100 of my favorites. Yes, I'm being serious. There's 100 of these things. So if you're any sort of fan of Eevee, this is the last video you are ever going to need. So if you
I feel like everyone's a fan of Eevee though, right? Like surely like I feel like everybody out there is a fan of Eevee. Even if it's not in your top 10, maybe not even the top 20. I feel like people can be like, yeah, like that's a cool Pokemon. That's cool, it's interesting, unique.
If you're enjoying it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to see the next one. But without further ado, let's get into 100 evolutions. Okay, so the perfect place to start this video is what if Eevee had a pre-evolution? Introducing Eevee.
Oh, this thing is so tiny. I don't know why. Instantly, as soon as I saw it, I thought Tandemaus. I have no idea why.
A Pokemon that's incredibly rare, as it's known to live in very rocky environments where its brown coat of fur helps it blend in seamlessly. And it was created by the incredible Maui region, who, along with all the other artists in today's video, can be found in the description.
That's cool. I love that. See, okay, so I saw people saying, like, doesn't Pokedex fillers use AI? And in the past, that was true. And I know, listen, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of AI in general. You may have heard me rail pretty hard against AI thumbnails in videos in my streams because I went on a massive rant yesterday talking about how I didn't like AI thumbnails, the reasons why you shouldn't have to use it, you shouldn't use it, things like that. But from what I can tell, and I actually watched a video on their channel recently talking about how they redesigned the Pokemon that they had made with AI, but they redesigned it with actual artists. And as far as I can tell, this channel did used to use AI because, they were just starting out, maybe didn't realize AI art was like as bad of a thing as obviously it is. And then they went back and they were like, hey, listen, we have all these like interesting concepts. Like, why don't we pay actual artists to redesign them? Because they've grown as a channel and they have, more revenue at their disposal, so they can pay and hire more people to help create these videos. And like these videos are so super interesting. They're very cool. I love the idea of like fake Pokemon and stuff like that. So now all the videos, at least from what I can tell, they don't use any AI whatsoever. I don't think. Now there might be some of the older designs in this video specifically that used AI. That might just happen because like it's a compilation of all of them. That could be true. But I think it's cool that someone can grow and then be able to support artists, be able to pay them, to hire them, to bring them onto a team so that they can make money doing what they love, and also the channel can continue. And there's more human creativity going around. I think that's good. I think that it's good to be able to like progress and become better. And I think that it's important to acknowledge that just because if you do something in the past, it doesn't necessarily like taint and scar you forever. Like it doesn't make you a bad person.
Any point you see some artwork that you like, make sure to check in the bottom left corner for the artist who made it, and then go to the links in my description to support them. Now,
and see, there you go, like instantly, like, hey, this is the person that drew it. Their link is in the description. And then a shout out to be like, if you like this, make sure to go and check out their Instagram page too. Like, I think that's great.
Well, a pre-evolution for Eevee would be cool. I think what most people want is new evolution. Because even though Eevee already has 8 different evolutions with 8 different types, it would be even cooler if it could evolve into every single type in the game. So what if Eevee could evolve into a steel type? Introducing
Steelion. Damn it, Magneon. Dude, I thought Steelion was like a cinch. I thought I knew exactly what they were going to call it. All right, chat, you can also pick your favorites too.
Agneon, a Pokemon that's said to have complete control over the magnetic pole, as it's even able to apply a magnetic charge to enemies, forcing them to attach to nearby metal surface.
This is cool. It's also really cute. Like, look at the big floppy ears. We need, you know what? We need more floppy ears on Monster.
Paladinion has a very unique fighting style.
Oh, this is also a steel type. Paladinion. Oh, dude, look at the... he's like a musketeer.
As it uses its sharp tail, sort of like a fencing sword. Rezion is a steel type evolution that can use its special tuning fork tail in order to locate water as well as direct electric attacks.
Pokemon Euphoria and Hysteria. Okay.
Which goes perfectly with its ability Lightning Rod. Chevalion is a steel type evolution.
A Joustin one. Okay, pretty sick. I like the Magneon.
It's known for its incredibly
Forgetting about Luminion.
Precise attack, as it uses its sharp appendages to attack directly at the opponent's weak point. But Titanion uses its steel body in order to protect others, as it's known to jump in the way of incoming attacks and use its incredible durability to...
Okay, we have like a defensive one. All right, I'd see all the evolutions have like the same kind of stat spread. Like they'll have a stat with 130, they'll have a stat I think with 110, they'll have a stat with like 65 or something like that. I could definitely see this one be a defense.
Whoa. Now let's look at what it would be like if Eevee could get its Brawl on and evolve into a fighting type. Introducing Meleon!
Meleon? Yo, this guy plays a lot of Smash. You know, he's chugging Red Bulls. He's still playing Smash Melee. He doesn't want to play the new Smash because it's not as good. He can't wave dash in that one. Actually, can you wave dash in the new Smash? I like how we call it the new Smash. I think Ultimate came out in like years and years ago.
Pokemon that's known to never give up in a battle.
Champion. Oh! Wait, that'd be a sick name. If that pops up...
fight until its very last breath. Brawleon is a very interesting
I love the ears being fists. That's sick.
Fighter, because it's actually able to curl up its ears and use them as fists to throw a...
That's my favorite one so far, I think.
Flurry of strikes. You should expect to see some repeated names throughout this video because this fighting type evolution is also named Brawleon. And this one is also very unique as it's known to train with weighted cuffs around its legs in order to increase its speed and power when they're...
Who do you think you are, Goku? No, Champion is actually such a good name.
Taken on. And this version of Brawleon is known to be constantly preparing for its next battle, as it'll train its fighting abilities for weeks and even months at a time. And one of the types that people never talk about Eevee
there's no Champion
evolving into is the Poison type. Introducing Toxeon.
Ooh, you know, I'm gonna say the thing, guys. Umbreon was initially planned to be a poison type, I'm pretty sure. Is that true, or am I just like high? I'm pretty sure in the Pokedex entries for Umbreon, it talks about Umbreon's like poisonous spikes or something like that, or noxious gases or something like that. I swear, like I think Umbreon was originally planned to be a poison type. I might actually be a stupid idiot though. You'd think, you know what's weird actually, is that they introduced 2 new types in Generation 2. They also introduced 2 new evolutions in Generation 2. They made one the new type. They didn't make the other one the new type. I get it's kind of like supposed to be like the night and day versions, like Psychic and Dark, the opposite sides. But it's just weird that they didn't make a Steel and Dark one to show off the new types that they introduced into the game. Is that not weird? I feel like that's a bit strange.
This Pokemon is constantly producing a toxic gas, which will
that's really cool.
Instantly paralyze any creature that inhales it. And
because Steel's not special? Like a special type? Oh, I get, okay. I don't know. Is that why they did it? Oh, what the hell? This looks like Nurgle's #1 warrior. Holy. So the boils are making me feel a certain way.
Is a poison type that carries with it an infectious disease, which it can transfer to any other Pokemon using its scorpion-like tail. And Virion has a very interesting evolution method.
Ooh, I like how this one has fangs, though.
Because it'll evolve from an Eevee if it levels up while poisoned. Now, everybody loves Umbreon because of its dark and...
That's an interesting evolution method, actually. That's really cool.
Mysterious vibe. But what if Eevee had a ghost-type evolution?
Dedion.
That sort of did the same thing. Introducing Specteon.
Oh, this one's really cool. Oh, okay, so this one has like shorter ears, but the tail is turned into like a skeletal fist or skeletal hand.
This Pokemon having a skeletal hand on its...
Wow, that's literally what you said.
Tail and bone patterns on its body is absolutely awesome. But it's also got super cool lore behind it because Specteon is known to guide souls that get lost on their way to the afterlife. But Tenebrion is seen as more of a bad
this is cute.
omen, as it's known to naturally follow trainers who are about to be stricken with great tragedy. So if you ever see this Pokemon staring at you through the night with its piercing blue eyes, you better prepare for the worst. And Spectreon has a very dark back.
Ooh, this one has a like a little bit of a hood going on
Or,
here.
as it's said to form when an Eevee passes away, but because it cares about its trainer so much, it refuses to pass on and turns into a Spectreon. But if that's not crazy enough, it also has the ability Wonder Guard, which as a pure ghost type is absolutely terrifying.
Okay, this one's a little too strong, maybe.
But
Oh, it's got Shadow
Shadowon,
Tag. It's got the one of those, oh, what do they call them? They're in Dandadan too. I know it's like I think it's like a Japanese, ancient Japanese lore kind of thing. It's supposed to like seal spirits or something like that. Is that what it does? It's supposed to like seal spirits or something from harming you or something like that?
The most interesting out of all of these, because if you look at its forehead, it's got the item Shadow Tag stuck to it. With the reason being that the tag prevents Shadion's soul from leaving its body. So who knows what would happen if the
Oh, so it does. It seals them. It seals it in its body.
tag was removed. Now I think everybody agrees
Bro, I better hope that's a really strong glue you got on
that
that.
a ghost type evolution would be awesome, but even more people want a dragon type evolution.
I don't know how they would do a dragon type evolution. I feel like that one's pretty difficult.
Introducing Kyrion.
Oh, this one's pretty. This is like the... Dude, it reminds me of Kaido, actually. It's a little bit like Kaido. It's a little bit like Drampa, a little bit. But it's got the... I don't want to call them wooden horns. It's got the horns here that kind of remind me of like the Chinese dragons.
Easily the most powerful of all the evolutions. However, will only listen to trainers who are pure of heart. Meaning that most people who attempt
Goku, we need you, buddy!
to tame a Kyrion will never be able to unlock its full power. And Dryceon is actually pretty similar because it much prefers to live on its own instead of being under the command of a trainer. However, it will
See these wisps here, the eyebrows and the... I don't know what to call them, actually. The danglies coming off here. It kind of reminds me of like a Chinese dragon, too.
allow itself to be caught by very noble leaders to whom they will lend their incredible power and wisdom. And Draceon is not only a
Oh, there you go. That's that. Oh, it kind of looks like a bat as
dragon
well.
type itself, but
Like it's clearly a dragon, but I don't know. I saw the wings and I was like,
it
Zubat.
also seems to get along great with
Whiskers, that's it. I'm actually stupid. I'm sorry about that.
other dragon types. As even the most vicious dragon monsters in the Pokemon world will be completely friendly if they see a Draceon. And while this Draceon is extremely powerful and completely loyal to whatever trainer is able to obtain it, it's actually very difficult to get because legend says that very few Eevees are even capable of unlocking this form. Okay, so big
Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Like an evolution that only certain types of Pokemon could get. Could you imagine if... I mean, this... Gameplay-wise, this would be a little cringe, but could you imagine an evolution that you could only access if you had, like, strong innate power? If you had strong IVs? If you had... I mean, I think they're going to remove IVs from the game, honestly, but it's an interesting concept. An evolution that you can't access unless you're innately... special in some kind of way. Now, that'd be kind of annoying. Now that I'm thinking about it and explaining this, like gameplay-wise, that would be really, really annoying.
surprise dragon-type evolutions are awesome, but you know what an underrated evolution type is?
Bug.
The flying type.
Never mind.
Introducing Gustion. A Pokemon
Good name.
whose body is so incredibly...
Oh, it looks like, it looks like... It's not Tandemaus. It's Whimsicott. No, Whimsicott. Meowscarada. What is that thing's name in Gen 5? Cincino. It looks like Cincino.
lightweight that is pretty much constantly floating, giving it the appearance of walking on the air. And Ethereon is similar because its body is also extremely lightweight. However, it also prefers to live at the highest points in the Pokemon world.
Fluttion. Wingion.
As constantly jumping from their highest points makes for an extremely easy traversal method. And Zephyrion loves to fly among the clouds. In fact, it's even said that its mood can change the clouds around it. As if it's in a super good mood, the clouds will disperse and create a sunny day. But if it's in a bad mood, it'll get extremely dreary and overcast. Now, my
I like how we have the multiple colors going on there too. Ground.
personal favorite
Ground. Wait, yeah. No,
type
ground.
of all time is the ground type. So
Yes! Okay, I finally guessed it. Groundion. Sandion. Sandion. Sedimention. Sedimention.
seeing an evolution for it would be absolutely amazing to me. Introducing Sandion.
Yeah, there it is. I mean, that was a layup, to be fair.
This Pokemon has adapted to living in a harsh desert environment, as its fur collects the sand out of the air and then uses it as a protective coat. And Flareon is a very
Flureon?
Shy Pokemon that spends most of its time underground where it builds its nest. But that doesn't mean that the Pokemon's weak, because when it does come to the surface to battle, it's one of the fiercest fighters in the Pokemon world. Dustion is an expert in
Dustion makes sense. Ooh, this one is very, like, design-wise, looks very different to regular evolutions.
navigating earthy terrains, as it's able to dig into the ground almost instantly before popping out wherever it wants for a surprise attack. And Trembleon has a body
Oh, Trembleon because of earthquakes. That's cool. Oh, I love how they have the veil
that's completely
that protects you. It's like the masks that you wear during sandstorms.
made out of sand. In fact, if it's hit by a strong enough attack, its entire body will disperse into a sandy cloud before slowly but surely reforming itself. But now
Oh wait, that sounds awful. Like, what if you disperse it and then you take the sand and you like put it in a jar? Is it smaller? Does it just reassemble itself when it's like a little bit smaller? Can it make itself bigger with more sand?
let's keep this earthy theme
Rock, 100%.
going and look at some rock type
Okay, what are we thinking? Rockion? Pebbleon? Pebbleon. Pebbleon.
evolution. Introducing Orion. This Pokemon is covered in a diamond-like hide, which makes it extremely durable, but also extremely targeted by Poacher. And
That one looks like a fusion between Diancie and Eevee.
Astreon is said to form when a fallen meteor lands on an Eevee, making it
Ooh, what? When a fallen meteor lands on an Eevee? Dude, that can't happen often, surely. There's got to be one max of these in the entire Pokemon world. How often are meteors landing on Eevees? Astarion? My favorite vampire.
one of the rarest Pokemon of all time. And Quartzion is known
Yeah, no wonder. Dude, you think that Galarian Mask is a hard evolution method? Let me tell you about this one.
to grow very valuable minerals on its body. As it said, the more the Pokemon likes its trainer, the bigger its diamonds will grow. But now let's look at the weirdest type
Bug, finally.
that Eevee could evolve into with the Bug type. Introduce
Buggion, Wingion. Ooh, what's a word that is related to bugs? Lavion. Lavion. Yes.
Insecteon.
Okay, Insect, of course. Sorry.
This
Yeah.
Pokemon has the ability to vibrate its wings so fast that they produce an extremely high frequency, which disorients anything that hears it.
This is like a Yanmega evolution
And
fusion.
Athleon is
Ooh, this one's really pretty, actually. Yeah, even the bug eyes. I'm kind of vibing with the bug eyes here.
an evolution that's said to occur when an Eevee eats too much comb bee honey. And Pestion might be the strangest evolution we've covered so far, because all of the red marks on its bodies are actually additional eyes, which
Oh, that's horrible. All the better to see you with, my dear. No, it's a great design,
gives
though.
it
It's
a
a great
total
design.
of 8 eyes, which it can use to assess the entire battlefield at once, giving it tremendous reaction time. But honestly, a weirder question than what if Eevee could
Normal.
evolve into a bug type is what if when Eevee evolved, it just stayed normal type?
There we go. Normally on. Evion. Evion. Wait, there you go. Evion.
Introducing Normion.
Okay. Normion. Guys, this is me. This is my dad if he was an evolution. That's my dad cuz he's a normie. Guy, he watches sports.
Evolution that can only be obtained if you use an item called the Gene Stabilizer on Eevee, as once you calm its crazy DNA, it's able to evolve normally. Okay, now we've seen what it would be like if Eevee could evolve into every single type, but what if instead of getting brand new evolutions for Eevee, we just got a brand new Eevee instead? This is Altean Eevee, and if you can believe it,
Altean. Oh, it's probably for a fan game,
its
right?
DNA
Or like a fan region.
is even more unstable than the original, because
How many evolutions does this one
not
have?
only does it have 2 types, being ground and fairy, but it also has 16 different evolutions,
Jeez.
which is twice as much as the original Eevee. And all of its evolutions also have 2 types. And the first of the Altean evolutions is a Nimion, which is
Ooh, Pokemon depths and Pokemon heights. Ooh, this is cool.
poison water type. This Pokemon is covered in a liquid toxin,
It looks like Marini
which
a
will
little bit.
instantly corrode anything it touches. And next up is Poison, which is poison ground type.
Oh, it's a snake. Very
These
cute.
Pokemon love to sit out in the sun for hours at a time.
Wait, is it a snake or is it a scorpion? This stinger kind of looks scorpion-y, but the head part looks a bit snaky. I guess it could be both, though, right? It could be taking parts of both of them.
Because the heat feels really good on their reptilian skin. Ninjaon is a fighting dark type evolution and is known to be incredibly stealthy, moving in the shadows completely undetected.
I realized that, or not realized, I learned recently that ninjas, the ninjas of old, didn't necessarily wear black clothing. And apparently they are seen a lot wearing black clothing because within like plays that they used to put on, the ninja characters would be black so that the audience knew to see them as like an invisible person, to be able to like not, to understand that they're supposed to be invisible right now, which I think is kind of cool. Apparently, I think they wore like dark blue stuff because it lets you blend against the night better than strictly black would. Or I could be messing all of this up completely, and my history is completely wrong. I'm sure someone in the comments will know.
Leon is a fighting steel type who's anything but discreet, as it prefers to fight enemies with grandiose large attacks that nobody could miss. Stradion is a flying ice type evolution, which is covered in clouds, and is said to live exclusively in the highest parts of the atmosphere. And Seraphion is flying fairy type, and its skin is constantly emitting a very soft yellow light, which is said to bring comfort to anyone who looks at it. Honey is a bug flying type evolution, which
that's really cute. Does it actually have a stinger too? That's
resembles
awesome.
A bee. And similar to a bee, this Pokemon eats nectar, as it can often be seen in large fields of flowers going to town. Mothyon is a bug psychic type whose wings produce a special powder, which will cause anyone who inhales it to instantly fall asleep. Brachion is a dragon water.
Oh, it's so interesting. A lot of the fan-made evolution designs follow the Chinese dragon style more than the Western dragon style. Thanks to the chili nuzz.
Water type evolution, which is known as the protector of the many waterways in its region. And Wyvion is dragon fire type.
Oh, I think this is more like a Western one, right?
And is known to protect its region's forest. Crystallion is a rock dark type, which is covered in jagged rocks. And it even attacks by using these rocks, launching them at the opponent and tearing them to shreds. Lithion is a rock ground type, which is much more defensive, but still utilizes jagged rocks.
Oh, okay, I love the tail. The tail being like a jagged... It almost looks like an onyx a little bit. It's got like onyx blocks in it. But I love this. This is my favorite kind of dinosaur. I can't remember what the name of it is, but this is my favorite type of dinosaur.
Rocks on its tail, which it uses as a sort of mace. A Nubion is a ghost dark type.
Oh, this one is sick. Yeah, the ghostly wisps. Very, very cool. I'm surprised it's ghost dark and not ghost fire, but at the same time, having a fire doesn't necessarily make you a fire type.
Obviously based off Anubis. And strangely enough, this Pokemon is known to never make a sound. It's completely silent, which is super creepy. But not as creepy as Faustion, which is ghost normal type. And has the terrifying ability to use its Duskull and Scythe to rip the soul.
Those eyes are like terrifying. They're actually terrifying.
Out of the opponent. Neon is steel electric type and has a Thor inspiration. And just
behold the god of thunder!
Like Thor, this Pokemon commands lightning to deal devastating.
Sorry, I've just been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals recently. Just had to. I main Thor. I main Thor Marvel Rivals. I'm allowed to do it, okay?
Attack. And Valkyrion is steel ice type and also based off Norse mythology, as it's based off the mighty Valkyrie. Okay, at this point I feel like we fully explored what brand new evolutions would look like. So now let's go back to our roots and look at the original 8 evolutions, and instead of asking how we can add to this group, let's instead look at ways to upgrade the evolutions we already have.
Oh, Patterrz forms? Okay, interesting.
Pokemon, the best way to give one an upgrade is with a Mega Evolution. So let's take a look at what it would be like if all the evolutions got access to Pokemon's coolest mechanic ever.
You know, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't, because I knew that they would be popular, but at the same time, it makes sense. It's a lot of energy to put into one evolutionary line.
Introducing Mega Vaporeon! Upon Mega Evolution,
I do like that Dylan made some Mega Evolutions for the evolutions, though. I think that's cool.
Vaporeon has now developed several toxic spines all over its body, as it's now a much more vicious and territorial water poison type. Mega Jolteon is now an electric steel type,
oh, wow. Okay. Oh, they went with a different color scheme here. That's so interesting.
Which is covered in iron blades. Blades which it controls using an electromagnetic field, allowing it to seamlessly shoot them towards the opponent from several different directions, ensuring that they have no chance of dodging all of them. Mega Flareon is now fire ghost type and is...
Oh no! Who killed it? Who killed the Flareon? I mean, they talk about how Mega Evolution hurts the Pokemon when they Mega Evolve, but they don't talk about the Mega Evolution that kills the Pokemon when it Mega Evolves.
Sporting some beautiful blue flame. But more than that, this Pokemon is said to be able to seamlessly travel between our world and the afterlife, which goes perfectly with its design because if you look closely, it's also got 2 tufts of hair that resemble other mouths, which is a reference to Cerberus.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's true.
Espeon is now actually Psychic Dark type. As upon Mega Evolution, Espeon
I like the cosmic ears here, very cool.
Turns pretty evil as it now uses its psychic abilities to destroy the minds of the opponent. And there's actually a really interesting duality here because Mega Umbreon is now Dark Psychic type, which means that Espeon and Umbreon gained each other's typing. And now equipped with the Psychic type, Umbreon has unlocked a new special ability where it's now able to command several portals which are attached to its body, making it one of the most unpredictable fighters in the Pokemon world as you never know when it's going to appear next. Mega Leafeon is
Oh, this is cute. This is really
now
cute.
Grass Flying type, as it now holds pockets of air in the cotton-like structure on its body, which it uses to bound and float around while spreading pollen to nearby plants. Mega Glaceon now also gains the flying type. However, where Leafeon travels through the air in a more floaty sort of way, Glaceon is known to cut through the air with ease to where it almost looks like it's ice skating in the sky. And Mega Sylveon is now Fairy Dragon type, as upon Mega Evolution,
Oh my goodness. Just because it Mega Evolves doesn't mean it should automatically become a dual typing. Well, I mean, not necessarily, but clearly, like, the idea here is if the Mega Evolution if it did Mega Evolve and it gained a typing, what would that look like? I think that's kind of like the point behind these specific designs. It's like, what if we Mega Evolved the evolutions and gave them a second type? What would it look like then?
Its body becomes covered in scales, and legend says if you're able to obtain one of these scales, you can use it to grant any wish you want. Now, I think while most people think that Mega Evolutions are the coolest mechanic in Pokemon, the most recent generation gave us some awesome new mechanics that honestly give Mega Evolutions a run for their money. Now, of course, I'm talking about the past and future Paradox forms, which
I'm gonna say it. Listen, I love Paradox forms, but they don't have the same kind of aura that Mega Evolutions have.
some awesome
I feel like most people would agree on this. Though, I will say, Paradox forms are very cool.
prehistoric
I don't think that we'll see them after this gen. I think they're gonna go the way of the Ultra Beasts. We're gonna forget about them. They're gonna be gone. Unfortunately, we'll never see them again.
and futuristic designs to pre-existing Pokemon. So what if they gave a past Paradox form to Eevee, which could also evolve into past Paradox forms of all the
But the past Paradox form is like a bug type?
evolution? Its name is Dusty Ruff, and it's actually normal bug
Oh, I forgot about the 2-barreled names that they have. Dusty Ruff.
type and believe
That sounds like something I would call my cat. Like, your cat comes out of the litter box and you're like, oh, look at you, Dusty Ruff.
to be a distant ancestor of the Eevee we know today. And just like the modern Eevee, this Pokemon also has extremely unstable DNA that causes it to change form, an ability which allowed it to survive multiple cataclysmic events throughout history because it was always able to rapidly adapt to the current climate of Earth. And the first of the past Paradox Eevee
Whoa, holy. This is definitely more beastie, definitely more monstrous.
evolutions is Frill Jaws, a Paradox Vaporeon, which is Water Dragon type. And it's said that Dusty Ruff evolved into this form during a great flood that happened 200 million years ago. And during this time, Frill Jaws was one of the most effective hunters of them all, mostly due to its bite force, which was said to be so strong it could even crush Steel-type Pokemon. Feral Sniffer is a
Oh, Elizabeth. This also sounds like something I would call my cat. Like, if he's trying to steal some cheese, he's the feral sniffer. You see cats, when they lock onto something that they want, they go... and they get closer, and they get closer, and then they try and, like, steal. No, that's the feral sniffer. Oh, dude, they just look like the... Let me do it for you.
Paradox Jolteon, which is Electric Ground
Looks a little bit like the Jaw Titan, I'm gonna say.
And it's said that Dusty Ruff evolved into this form during a time when Earth was plagued with earthquakes, which caused a lot of the food sources to get buried underground, which wasn't a problem for this Pokemon, because it could use its hypersensitive nose to track down the sources of food and then dig them out of the ground. Sulfuric Mane is a Paradox Flareon, which is fire.
Oh, this is interesting. It's like Hubble Bubble Boil and Trouble Acid.
Poison type. And this form came about during a time when there were multiple large volcanoes erupting on Earth, which caused this Pokemon's body to transform into a constantly burning liquid substance, which is extremely toxic to anyone who breathes it in. Dreary Ghoul is a
Oh, that is... Oh, no. It looks like a cat with conjunctivitis. Leo had conjunctivitis, so he always had, like, really goopy eyes. And he... Obviously, it wasn't red. It was like it's just like goopy. It's like yellow, kind of yellowy a little bit. But it kind of reminds me of a cat with conjunctivitis.
Patterrz Espeon, which is Psychic Ghost type, and is said to be constantly possessed with the souls of fallen warriors. And while that does sound super creepy, it's actually very good for the Pokemon because it also imbues it with all of those fallen warriors' previous strengths and abilities, making for an extremely versatile prehistoric fighter. Dark Cataclysm is a Patterrz Umbreon, which is Dark Rock type, and is said to have formed when a giant meteor collided with Earth, as instead of perishing, Dusty Ruff actually just adapted to be part meteor itself. Because I guess if you can't beat them, join them. Piercing Hedge is a Patterrz Leafeon, which is grass.
Oh, this looks cool. This does look like it could be like a dinosaur version of Leafeon straight
Steel
up.
type. And Dusty
cool.
Ruff evolved into this form during a time where there was very little food on Earth, causing it to transform into a
That's not his art, right? All of the artists are listed. Okay, this artist specifically is listed twice, but all the artists are listed in the bottom left.
herbivore that could eat the plethora of plants. Thawing Spear is a Patterrz Glaceon, which is ice fighting.
This almost looks like a Lucario a little bit.
And this
Oh, is that why it's fighting type?
form is obviously connected to the Earth's ice age, as Dusty Ruff was forced to evolve into a form that could survive the harsh conditions, while also being strong enough to hunt down the giant creatures that could still survive in the frozen tundra. And Pixie Plume is a Patterrz.
Look at this guy! Bro did chicken. Sylveon got chicken.
Sylveon, which is fairy flying type. And this form came about when dragon type Pokemon first started to appear, as because they were so much more powerful than every other type, they were hunting everything out of existence. But this Pokemon was able to survive by developing the fairy typing. Okay, so now we've seen how Eevee's unstable DNA allowed it to survive for millions and millions of years. But now let's jump 1 billion years into the future to look at another
People may making crazy Eevee bots.
Paradox form of Eevee named Iron 33A33.
I thought they said arse.
This machine was built by humanity in an attempt to copy Eevee's abilities, as its robotic body has the power to reform itself into several different Eeveelution-inspired transformations, which also
It still looks like a
serve
bug.
their own unique functions designed to assist humans, with the first of these forms being Iron
Oh, this one's cool. Oh, yeah, I could definitely see this being like a... This looks like it could be like a creature-like vehicle that you get inside and use to dive in the water.
a Patterrz Vaporeon, which is also water dragon type. And this machine was built to be the fastest swimmer possible and serves the function of saving humans who would otherwise drown. Next up is Iron Drill, a Patterrz Jolteon, which was built to dig into the ground and place cables, which in a future where every single Pokemon is now a robot is probably extremely useful. Iron Mustard is a Patterrz Flareon,
Iron Mustard.
which is constantly producing a toxic mist, which it uses to keep away pests from farms, because in the future, organic crops are so incredibly rare that they needed to invent an entire Pokemon dedicated to protecting them.
Okay, I like the lore behind this. I was like, why would they invent a robot that's like smelly all the time? But that makes sense, actually.
Iron
Mustard gas! They banned that! They banned that after World War I because it was so horrible. Well, listen, you can probably use it on bugs, though. Like, don't think anyone's going to get upset if you use it on bugs.
Hacker is a Patterrz Espeon, and just like its name suggests, it has the power to hack into any computer system. So in the future, it's mostly used by nefarious agencies to spy on their enemies. Iron Collector
I wonder why it's a ghost. Why is it a ghost type, though? Oh, it has, like, meteors inside of it. That's cool.
is a Patterrz
Oh, it collects meteors. That's interesting.
Umbreon, who's actually never on Earth, because it serves the function of being a planetary rover, which is sent off to faraway planets in order to collect samples of their surfaces. Iron Filter is a Patterrz Leafeon, and its machine body was built to replicate plants, as it uses the many special filters on its body to consume carbon dioxide and release oxygen.
I was gonna say, is this just like an air purifier? Like you could buy an air purifier for your house? It's like the Rick and Morty robot that's like, what is my purpose? He's like, you pass the bar, and he's like, oh god! What is my purpose? You make the air a little bit nicer. Oh, Jesus!
Skater is a Patterrz Glaceon, and this one wasn't really built for a practical use, because it was actually built to be entertainment for humans, as it's extremely good at putting on a show as it skates around the ice and does dance moves. And Iron Drone is a Patterrz Sylveon, which is sent out during medical emergencies, as it's able to rapidly fly towards people who need medical assistance and quickly provide them with the life-saving care they need.
I like
Okay,
that.
so now we've seen what it would be like if Eevee could change its form at will. But you know what Pokemon has already been able to do that for a long time? Deoxys. And when you think about it, Deoxys' power to change into an attack speed or defense form is one of the coolest abilities in Pokemon history. And it's a shame they've never given this ability to any other Pokemon. So let's fix that by looking at what it would be like if every single evolution got their own 3 attack, speed, and defense forms. First up is Vaporeon, whose defense form
It's a puddle. I mean, it works. I guess, like, Vaporeon's natural form is its defense form, really, if you think about it.
is now completely made out of water, as it now uses a large amount of floating bubbles to shield itself from incoming attack.
Oh, that's cool.
Its attack form now has much sharper fins, as well as razor-sharp water on its tail and neck. And the bottom half of its speed form's body is now a whirlpool, which it uses to propel itself forward. And for Flareon, its defense form is now constantly surrounded by a defensive Will-O-Wisp. Its attack form has a constantly burning mane.
Oh, it's like Endeavor. It's genuinely so much like Endeavor from My Hero.
It has a long fiery tail, which sparks against the ground as it runs.
Okay, wait. Is that like kind of like it's using explosions to speed up the explosions on its tail? Nikhil, thank you so much for the 10 Dillas.
Call it Michael with the amount of bubbles it has.
Oh, I wish that Brian would have said Boobles. Call me Michael because I got the Boobles. Thank you so much for the 10. Much appreciated.
Run. For Jolteon, its defense form is now covered in a constantly active storm cloud, which will shock anything that it touches. And its attack form is now able to focus all of its electric abilities through its eyes. And its speed form is low-key unnecessary because Jolteon is
That's true. I was going to say, does it need a speed form? It's already in hella
so
quick.
incredibly fast. But this form has a more aerodynamic design, which somehow makes it even faster. For Umbreon, its defense form has now taken the hoop patterns on its body and
Oh, it's using them as shields, like to protect itself.
projected them into circular shields. And its attack form now features a very sharp crescent moon tail. And its speed form has now unlocked the ability to teleport, because apparently now it's so fast it's able to run right through reality. For
A lot of Umbreon teleportation stuff going on here. Oh, the defense one kind of looks like the Mega Espeon that Dylan made for his video, because I think it had like some kind of... It was like in a circle kind of thing.
Espeon, its defense form is now constantly in a psychic force field. Its attack form now focuses all of its psychic energy into the gem on its forehead, which has now 10x'd its telekinetic power. And its speed form is now incredibly graceful and has even unlocked the ability to fly. For Leafeon, its defense form is
Its defense form is it has knocked down a tree and made some armor from
now
it.
clad in wooden armor. Its attack form has grown a rose on its chest, which it's producing thorny vines out of. And its speed form is now quick as a vine whip. For Glaceon,
You know what else is quick as a vine whip? That's right, Gamer Subs! Code Patterrz at Gamer Subs, folks. You know if you get 1 tub of Gamer Subs, it lasts for 100 servings. 100 servings is over 3 months of daily use. Isn't that insane? That's just 1 freaking tub, and you can use Code Patterrz to save a ton of money on that. Isn't that incredible? Sorry, that was a really bad transition. That was maybe one of my worst.
Its defense form, it's now developed a wintry coat, which serves as a defense against the elements as well as incoming attacks. And its attack form now commands a bunch of sharp ice shards, which it sends at the opponent. And its speed form is running so
Oh, it's got the northern lights in its tail. That is really cute.
fast that its tail has now turned into the Aurora Borealis. For Sylveon, its defense form is now projecting a bunch of pink ribbons, which it uses to swat away incoming attacks. Its attack form now has 1 giant ribbon, which has a ton
Oh, yo, that would slice you up, buddy. It kind of looks like Mega Mobile's big ass mouth
sharp
as well.
edges at the end. And its speed form is now projecting a bunch of cute butterflies, which actually give it the ability
It's
to
just having a
jump
good time.
super high, making it much more of an aerial threat. Alright, so it turns out when you combine Eevee with Deoxys, the results are pretty awesome. But what if you could combine Eevee with any Pokemon? So the concept of fusion in Pokemon is actually a very popular idea, as evidenced by the popularity of Ash Greninja and the fan project Pokemon Infinite Fusion. But when you think about it, if any Pokemon was going to get the ability to fuse with others, it would definitely be Eevee. Because if its unstable DNA is able to siphon powers from a simple stone, it's really not crazy hard to believe that its DNA could allow it to adapt to another Pokemon. So what if Eevee could fuse with
Whoa! This is pretty sick.
Koraidon? Well, then you'd get this design, which is actually an upgraded Espeon, who now instead of fighting with its
Dude, this guy's gonna have insane stats. Espeon's special stats and Koraidon's physical
psychic
stats.
powers is extremely physical, as it's now the perfect combination of Koraidon's physical abilities and Espeon's extreme intelligence.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
for upgrading Espeon,
Oh, this one's really cool too.
by combining it
This would also be insane. Umbreon's defense and Miraidon's special attack and speed.
with
Crazy
Miraidon, then
good.
of course we have to combine Umbreon and Miraidon to get this extremely sleek machine beam. And we can give Vaporeon an upgrade by combining it with Walking Wake, which gives this awesome Protector of the Ocean design. And of course,
And Water Dragon type, which is really good. Raging Bolt and
now we have to
Jolteon.
combine Jolteon
I'm sad it doesn't have like a really long neck. That'd be so funny if it
with
did.
Raging Bolt. And this Pokemon would definitely be the fastest of all time. Just look at this thing. But my favorite of these fusions is definitely combining Gouging Fire with Flareon, because the spiky headpiece it now has looks absolutely amazing. And we can also upgrade Leafeon by combining
Tyrantrum, that's a funny one. That kind of feels like it just like came out of nowhere.
it with Tyrantrum, which creates this super interesting looking monster that has a tail that looks like a leaf but is made out of stone. And combining Glaceon
Oh, that is perfect. That is gorgeous. You know, the more time that goes on, the more I'm thinking, you know what, maybe Aurorus isn't that bad. When it originally came out, I thought, okay, Tyrantrum's clearly the best fossil here. It's not even close. Now, more time goes on, I'm thinking, you know what, Aurorus is gorgeous. It's very, very cute. The long neck dinosaurs are really
with
cool
Amoris gives this absolutely beautiful ice design. And that is going to do it for 100 evolutions.
Well,
This
that was
an
absolutely
absolute
brilliant.
Marathon of a video, so congratulations to you for making it to the end.
A marathon of a video is only 23 minutes. What I noticed about Pokedex Villa's channel is that their videos are quite short. So I hope they got a good amount of ad revenue from this. I do. But also, hey, if you want to have something you can put on in the background, my Twitch.tv channel is always on. It's always streaming 24/7 videos that I've uploaded before. So I would highly recommend you check it out if you're looking for something to fall asleep to, or looking for something just from the background while you're doing something else on the second monitor. It is always there. All right, like that video was absolutely fantastic. Let's move on to the next one. We actually have 2 Pokedex Fillers videos to watch today. Bye. I'm not going anywhere. That was just the first. I have 3 videos to watch today. We have 3. That was just the first one. I'm not going anywhere. We have merely just begun. Hold on. Drink some GameStop first. They change what the pinned message says at the top of the chat as well. Yeah, we do. We have 2 more videos. We are going to watch this one as well, and one more after this as well. Hold on. Subscribe to Pokedex Fillers. I type swapped all 81 starter Pokemon twice. Scrub. Can anyone scrub, please? Any scrubbers in chat, guys? Any scrubbers? All right, let me change this real quick. You can watch the creating Pokemon for you sometimes. Maybe? If it's okay. All right, here we go. I type swapped all 81 starter Pokemon twice. Can you believe it? I'm lying to you. I didn't do it. Pokedex Fillers did it, and we're gonna see what the results were.
What if the Kanto starter Pokemon swap type?
Why does it do the picture-in-picture mode? I can't say it. Bring it back. There we go. Now we're back.
Charmander the water type starter, Bulbasaur the fire, and
Whoa! Okay, that Bulbasaur. Oh my god, that Bulbasaur is perfection. I absolutely love that. I feel like we have to choose like a new favorite star Pokemon. Like, originally, I'm a Bulbasaur guy. But will my opinions change once I see the other type swapped final evolutions? Honestly, they might do. The maybes will.
Squirtle the grass. Then what if we swap them again? And then did that for every single generation.
Oh my god, I'm overwhelmed. That's so many.
162
There's so many things.
forms that may even be better than the original.
There's a lot going on here. Okay, I'm gonna have to pick new favorites here as well. We're gonna go over like my original favorites in chat. You put yours in you put those in the chat too, and you maybe track it in the comments as we go through the videos. Your original favorites and maybe your new favorite, if maybe you like one a little bit more.
Like Squirtle, the grass type Squirtle with a cactus for a tail.
Okay, I like this cactus
Evolution
situation going on here. Okay, I love it. It's sticking with the cactus theme. And it's developing ground type because it is from a desert as well.
Thortle is now grass ground type. And even has some cactus flowers growing on its body. With its final stage cactus.
Oh, it's like a little bit like Torterra. Oh, they went like a completely different direction with this. They put Blastoise on all 4s. They made it an all 4s turtle kind of thing, which makes sense because it is a turtle. A turtle does walk on all 4s. That does make sense.
Toys even trading out its 2 large cannons for 2 huge cacti.
Not gonna lie. In a fight, you'd probably rather have 2 cannons than 2 cacti, but aesthetically looks very nice.
A bevy of thorns in all directions. Bulbash is a
This is so sick. I love this. The candle, the lit candle in the back is absolutely beautiful. This is already maybe like top 5 for me.
Bulbasaur with a candle on its back. A candle that starts to become alive.
Oh, it turns into a ghost type. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
On its evolution, Irisaur, which also sports the ghost typing. Because its final stage has actually fully passed away. With its
No! They killed it! Okay, that's terrifying. What would the mega evolution of this look like? Just like a giant candle by itself? They killed it? No! I don't want them to kill it! Oh, that's so sad!
Tusk now completely piloted by the giant candle demon. Slugander is a water poison type.
It's a slug?
Charmander, and based on the highly venomous blue Glaucus. Slugmeleon now has
this is very cute.
Larger fins for faster swimming. And Glaucozard has changed.
Wow, that is really sick. That does give off like star energy as well. I know it's like a retraining of Charizard, so obviously it is, but like I could see this being like just its own star in general.
To a water dragon type? Because the blue Glaucus is also known as a blue dragon.
I really like this.
Swapping their types again gives us Squirtle, a fire type Squirtle, which is actually based on a grenade. Because as we
it's based on a grenade. Its signature move, Explosion.
We can see with its evolution.
This guy looks like Bakugo from My Hero.
War Torrent, it now has 2 constantly firing cannons on its back.
And it actually fits the name War Torrent as well because it's war, obviously.
Tank Toys is now a fire.
Damn! Look at this guy! The cannons are back and they're better than ever.
Steel type, whose 2 molten mortars somehow give it even more firepower than the original.
Goodness me! Give it more firepower, huh? You know what I mean?
Bulpad, the water-type Bulbasaur, is now much more frog-like. Its evolution, Sleepysaur, is a super chilled-out amphibian that spends most of its day napping, culminating in Venus.
Oh, Venus Snore. That's really cute. Oh, it's a fairy type. Yeah, I love this guy.
Snore,
he's a little bit eepy, though.
It's so large that it actually allows its pre-evolutions to live on top of it.
All right, which one's your favorite, guys? Personally, I think that it's either the Charizard or the Fire Blastoise. The water. Oh wait, we haven't even seen the grass Charizard yet. Sorry.
Found completely asleep. If anything threatens its flock, Venusaur will ensure that's the last thing they ever do. Rambander is the grass type Charmander with a vine for a tail. A tail that gets much larger on its evolution.
Nice. It's got a little bit of a bush going on there as well.
And Chakrazard is much.
Oh, Chakrazard. Oh, it's turned. Okay, it's kind of turned its tail into like a staff at the same time as well. It's turned to a psychic type. Ooh, this is interesting. I feel like my favorite of this entire bunch is probably the Water Charizard or the Fire Blastoise,
different from the fiery monster we're used to seeing, as it's now.
Track your favorites at home.
Owl-wise,
oh, don't. You don't have to. It's really up to you.
Or is safe. But by swapping the Gen 2 starters, you'll get the Fire-type Charcorita, whose evolution Bay Heat no longer has vines around its neck, and instead has a series of volcanoes.
Bayleaf has always been like top 5 mid-evolutions for starters, I think. It's just such a cool Pokemon. I might be biased because of the anime. Maybe I wouldn't feel that way if it wasn't like a big part of the anime, but I've always loved Bayleaf.
Volcanic funnels which plume flames in all directions, with Magmanium now spewing.
Oh, I think people would like it a lot more if it looked like this.
So much lava. It can completely cover the battlefield in a matter of seconds, forcing the enemy to play a literal game of the floor is lava. Cyndaquil is a water type.
Oh my god. I was like, wait, is that Palafin? No, it's not Palafin.
Cyndaquil with a much different body. Because Thin Aqua now.
Whoa! Oh, they've totally changed this up.
Based on a prehistoric shark. And Tide Flosion is the.
Tide Flosion is that's a pretty sick name. Although I know the Flosion comes from like explosion, but Tide Explosion is a really cool name for a mon.
Apex predator of the deep ocean. As once it gets a hold of you, it will ravenously bite away with its metal jaws until nothing is left. Toothadile, the grass type Totodile, is now covered in a swampy algae.
Wait, that's seaweed. Oh, is it going to turn back into... It's content to water type.
Croc a swamp spot.
Oh, dark. Oh, okay. So we're leaning more into the swamp than the watery nature of a swamp.
Hikes up into a mohawk.
We're leaning more into the darkness of a swamp than the watery nature of it.
Feralibayou being considered so dangerous that legend says they can only be found in the backyard of someone who lives in Florida.
And yes, it will be making an appearance in GTA 6.
Shrub has traded in its bursting flames for a leafy bush. Quillsharda stays on all fours and begins to grow rocky spikes on its back, which turn into indestructible stone bear claws on its final stage Thai fission.
I'm a big fan of the swamp Feraligatr so far.
Traded
and Tide Flosion. Tide Flosion is just a really cool name.
Its legs for Finn. Bay Reef has a door.
Oh, this one. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is so cute. I love this. It's like you combine a Lapras and a Bay Leaf. This is adorable.
Adorned itself with beautiful shells, giving it the fairy typing. And Plusanium is a giant.
Oh my god, this is so cool. Nah, this is my new number one. This is absolutely gorgeous.
Version of the once small plant because it's based on a dinosaur known as the Plesiosaurus. Tindodile now has a much darker color palette and has turned the spines on its back into flames. Crocapalm is now bursting with fire energy and can be found exclusively living near volcanoes. With Feraligatr
oh, damn! He's skinnier. It made him a little skinty. I did think he would turn into a fire type eventually.
Serving as the volcanic mountain range's scariest resident, as it's known to attack anything that gets near its magma cave home.
Okay, I have to go with the water Bailey line. That was so sick. Honestly, like, if that was real, that would genuinely make me so happy. I don't know. I know that Pokedex Villas is making their own Pokemon game. It would be cool if like the alternate typed variations of the Mons were in their game too, but I don't know if they are. I think he might just be putting the like the custom Pokemon from his custom Pokemon for You series, where he basically just makes his own. But like the alternate like type versions would be really cool too.
Swapping my favorite generation of Star.
Gotta show this to Dylan. I mean, it's not like Dylan would just watch someone else's video and be like, "Cool, I'll take that." Like, I don't know, maybe they would like collab on something at some point, but I don't imagine you'd just be like, oh, I'll just make that. That's mine now.
Starters will give you Tree Crunch, which has a crunchy full.
Now, usually I'm a Mudkip enjoyer from Generation 3. I'm not really a massive Trico line fan apart from Grovyle, but I do love Grovyle. But maybe this will change my mind. Thank you, Proud, for the 1,000 jewels. Much appreciated. That was incredibly generous. Thank you. The goat? No, you're the goat. Thank you so much, Proud, for the 1,000 jewels. Appreciate that.
Leaf for a tail. Stovile gently waves its large tail on the ground.
Stovile.
Red flame in a wide cone in front of it. While Sepferno
wow. Okay. This still gives me the tail kind of looks like a burned branch. Am I crazy for that? Am I just seeing things? Am I seeing imaginary things?
A small but very hot will-o-wisp from its back, allowing it to burn the foe no matter what their evasive maneuver. Muddirt uses its inflated cheeks.
Oh, this one starts. Oh, this one's a normal type.
To sing a high-pitched screech, and is actually a grass normal type to go along with the mini sound-based move. And Marsong has gained a wide variety.
Oh, Marsong, wait, it's a singer? That's so cute. YouTube gave me them, so I gave them to you. Guys, check your jewels. You might be getting free jewels. And if you do get some free jewels, you don't have to give them to me, but I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Murillo. Thank you, Murillo, for the 380 jewels and 250. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Very kind.
Variety of notes that it belts out from the forest floor. A pleasant treat for campers, unless they're trying to sleep. And Suavepert has gained a deep, rich baritone.
Suavepert? Oh, like it's suave?
That infatuates all who hear its sultry sound. Tai Chick is a very quiet and calm.
Okay, it says grassy. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be... I think this is misedited. I think it's the water one because he called it Tai Chick. Fella, thank you so much for the 1,000 jewels, mate. Thank you. Much appreciated. And Nuz, thank you for the 10 jewels. So basically what jewels are is, I'm pretty sure it's like the YouTube equivalent of Twitch bits. They had them on shorts for a really, really long time, but it's basically a way to like tip your streamer. 1,000 jewels, I think is $10. I'm not entirely sure. I think it is $10. Where you can like get jewels and you can like give them to a streamer. Like you buy them from YouTube. I think some people are getting some for free. I don't really know how that works, but I think it seems like some people are getting some for free. I don't know how you get the free ones, or like if you just get them on your account, or how that works really. But I think it might be mobile only because I haven't seen a way to do it on desktop. But again, if you're on desktop, then you can just use like regular super thanks and regular gifted. So it's not really like you're not really missing out on anything. I don't think. You just claim it. YouTube just put them on my account. That's so interesting. So yeah, maybe check and see if you have any jewels. Like I said, you don't have to give them to me, but I'd appreciate it, obviously. I think like 1,000 jewels is $10, like 250 is like $2.50. So that's very, very generous of you guys. Thank you, Dylan, for the 250. Thank you for the clap and seal. This is so funny. It feels like a TikTok live where you're like, yo, thanks for the galaxy. Thanks for the bouncy ball. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
First stage. Briskin is no longer a hand-to-hand fighter and instead has chosen a life of meditation.
Okay, this is the psychic type line. This is interesting.
Transcending into Blazinkin, who's put away its kicking ways in order to achieve enlightenment. But on the
that's cool.
opposite end,
wait, Mudrip. This is really cute. This might be a number one for me.
Loves bashing its flaming head into foes. Marsaw is a maniac who front flips into enemies to cut.
He's a maniac. He's a maniac.
Them with its steel
maniac
mohawk. And Sawpert has axe blades attached to its eyes. That should tell you all you need to know.
Jesus Christ, Sawpert, axe blades attached to his eyes. Goodness gracious me, he's got explosions everywhere. He's got flames coming out of everything. Goodness me. Who here has seen all the Saw movies? I had to watch like 10 of them a year ago, and I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm not much of a horror person fan. And just looking at Sawpert reminded me of the Saw movies.
About it. Tree Coral has a stick of coral for a tail. Grove Bio allows weaker fish Pokemon to live inside its larger coral tail as a home, with Eco Tile carrying around
Oh, okay, I like this one. This is very, very cool.
An entire ecosystem on its back, which it protects with its life, allowing for even the weakest of aquatic Pokemon to survive and thrive where they would otherwise be food. Torchicory is much closer to an actual chick. Combuskeen has gained the ability to fly by rapidly flapping its less than optimal wings with sheer determination. But Breezekin uses—
Whoa! Okay, Breezekin is, I think, my favorite one here. That one's really cool. I love that. It kind of reminds me of Decidueye's wings a little bit here. It's got a very sick design here.
Its large leafy cape to glide extreme distances, even through the dense foliage of the jungle. If Gen 4 swap types, you'd—
Okay, I think number one there is probably the grass type one. The grass type Blaziken, that's probably my number one there. Thanks to the Jewel Shadow.
Get the rock-eating core twig that uses its rocky jaw to eat even the toughest of stone. Exhaustal has clouds of smoke running down its body.
Oh, they replaced the bushes with smoke, and it does match. It looks pretty similar. Thanks, Rocky.
Rather than bushes. And Tortonic is a living—
That's really cool. Putting a volcano where the tree used to be. That one might be hard to beat, honestly.
Volcano that's able to fire lava.
Kuro said, please let there be a volcano Totara. Please, bro. Please, my mom kind of homeless. Give me a volcano Totara, please.
For miles into the air. Chim Chum is a sea monkey in a literal sense.
Oh, I used to have sea monkeys. Did you guys ever have sea monkeys back in the day when you were a kid? And you're like, oh, mom, can I get the sea monkeys? And it's like 500 sea monkeys. And then you try and grow them, and it just doesn't work, and you fail. I mean, that's what happened to me. I don't know if you guys failed, but I failed miserably. I could not get them to stay alive. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I don't know. For some reason, it just never works.
Swimmo has a larger tail that it uses to slap foes in the face with Swim Fernape still—
Okay, this is a banger. This is really sick. Look at the bubbles here that's replacing the flames. You got the shells here to act as like knuckle guards for when you punch someone. It's still a fighting type because, like, I mean, this guy's just made for fighting. This one might be hard to beat, actually.
The fighting typing, but with a much different focus. As well, it's a master of one-on-one combat while underwater. On the surface, it's actually very uncoordinated. Vineplop loves to eat berries and makes its own juice-catching bib out of leaves. Vineplop has began growing small seeds on its body, which sprout into hardened wood blades that its final stage uses to hunt down.
Okay, I like this. Turn the steel into wood, which is probably, just as effective, actually. Do you guys know that, like, wood is, like, incredibly, incredibly rare in the universe? Like, as far as planets go, we might be one of the only planets that has wood. Or we might be the only planet that does have wood. Because it's so abundant on Earth that you'd be like, oh, yeah, it's probably just, like, a normal thing. But no, apparently it's like a really, really rare material that you don't really find out on like, other planets that much. Or at all, actually, because it's a living creature, right? So maybe you just don't find wood at all.
As its built-in wooden stakes make it the perfect answer to vampiric Pokemon. Turtortle now resembles a sea turtle, whose evolution great—
Oh, this is cute. It's dead. No!
Toll carries petrified coral on its back, and its final stage, Torterra.
Oh, this is so cool. Dude, they went with Davy Jones's ship. This is looking so Pirates of the Caribbean right now.
Patterrz is a haunted ship that carries with it the souls of all those lost at sea.
I really like that one. That one's... Oh, dude, I don't know what to pick. It's either the Infinite one or it's the Torterra right now, but they're both really, really incredibly unique designs.
Club is based on a bomb. Pride Club has gained the fighting typing and a superhero mask you might recognize. As its final stage, Imberleon is based on Endeavor from My Hero. Chimchi is much closer to a regular monkey. Monferno is equipped with thorny brass knuckles because its final stage Infoilape is a grass dart type that only fights using chaotic guerrilla warfare tactics.
Okay, I think... Dude, this is tough. The Davy Jones ship, the Ghost ship is so sick. But the Infinite is too. I'm going to go with the Ghost ship just because it's like such an incredibly unique and interesting design. But it was a definite top 2 situation there. The Volcano Torterra is also definitely number 3.
If you swap the iconic Gen 5 starters around, you'll get Oshawood, who's a beaver with a maple leaf.
It's from Canada! Shout out to Canadians. We love Canadians. We love Canada. Lovely place.
Work is a Pokemon that does just that. It do work. Constantly building small structures in the forest utilizing fallen trees. But Lumbrat doesn't...
Dude, this is such a Canadian Pokemon. This is just how I imagine every Canadian person to be. They love their leaf, they carry trees around, and they giga buff. Is that not just every Canadian?
Need to wait for the trees to fall, as it's strong enough to pluck its building materials straight out of the ground, roots and all. Sneon is a Pokemon that hates losing. As it said, its evolution's flames will grow larger.
Survain? Oh, you know, the personality of this is going to be like absolutely horrible to be around.
And larger with every hit it takes. And Sephiroth is so...
Ooh, this is cool though. Oh, dude, it's so... Oh my god, it's looking down on me. It's literally looking down on me. If an elf was a fire-type Pokemon, this is what it would look like.
Prideful that if it looks like it's losing a battle...
Full of pride and arrogance. Thinks it's better than everyone else.
Even slightly? Its flames will grow so large they destroy everything nearby, including itself. Tepup is a much different-looking aquatic Tepid. As Humpite is
What? Humpite?
based on a large humpback whale.
Oh, right, that's why. Yeah, no, I knew that.
And Imblue is so heavy.
Ooh, wait, this is kind of cute, actually. Oh my god, okay, it's really giving me... Fuck, what's his name? Oh, this is so annoying. Jinbei, that's him. It's giving me Jinbei vibes from One Piece. Like, come on, if I pull up Jinbei, you're not gonna tell me for a second that this doesn't look like him. But look at that. I mean, it's so similar. Like, it has like it has the spiky teeth with the big sticks at the end there. Like, it's a big burly fighting guy. He's gonna use the Fishman style, I'm just saying.
Heavy that in battle, it fights like a sumo wrestler, shoving foes into the ground and crushing them under its raw weight.
Yeah, I really like this one.
Eel is a Snivy that turned into a water poison type. Because as we can see with its evolution...
Ooh, okay, I like the eel design here. That's
they're based on the many highly venomous species of water snake. Its evolution, Sir Sidon, even uses its trident tail.
The trident tail is so sick. The trident tail has poison on the end of it. Oh, this one's really good. Yeah, that's definitely... I mean, this is probably just straight up better than Superior is normally.
To inject foes with a quick spreading toxin that causes the target's body to completely shut down in a matter of seconds. Oshamber wields a rock instead of a shell. Dew White has formed that rock into a long blade that Samurai Knight carries like...
Ooh! Okay, Okay, what makes this a really especially cool is the fact that Samurai is usually like supposed to be, you know, based on a samurai. And what they've done is they've taken it and they've changed not only the type, but the type of warrior the Pokemon is based on. They've changed it from a samurai into maybe more of like a medieval knight type of thing instead. Bad type? I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a good type. It's just a really interesting thing that they have the helmet here. They have they're kind of like body armor as well, and the big sword. I think that's really sick.
A medieval knight, giving it the full...
Yep, there you go. Just literally just said medieval knight. I just think it's cool to take the original concept of the Pokemon and not only flip the type, but flip the concept as well. Or keep the same concept but change it.
Fully formed blade I always wish the original had, as well as replacing its previous samurai inspiration. Patterrz is closer to a wild hog than a domesticated pig. And Pig Gnaw is known for sneaking into people's gardens and eating until there's nothing left. And Calibor is much more of
Whoa, the bro is big.
a beastly boar that's pure evil, attacking homes and villages for no gain of its own, but simply for the love of destruction.
For the love of the game, bro. I'm going to have to go... I think I'm going to pick the water type Superior as my favorite because it's just so cool, but I really like the Fire Samurai too.
Swapping the Gen 6 starters is interesting because we also swapped their RPG inspiration. As Fro Cape is a grass Froakie with a cape that evolves into Frog Squire, a warrior squire with a leafy plume on its head, because its final stage Granite begins.
Okay, they've done the same thing again. They've changed it from a ninja into a knight. But this is really cool.
To use its sharpened tongue as a sword, making it easily one of the...
Okay, here's the implication of that, though. You're using your sharpened tongue as a sword, right? What do swords do? They cut. They impale. What happens if you cut or impale a creature? It bleeds. If it bleeds, what are you doing? You've just got blood on your tongue. That's dangerous. What if they have a disease? The grossest fighters in the Pokemon world.
Chesprin has replaced Delphox's role because Quillamage is now a fire-casting mage.
Okay, this is way better than Quilladin. Quillamage? That's way better.
Whose durable exterior has been replaced with flowing robes. And Arcnaut now carries...
Ooh! Oh, because it's an Archmage? Sorry, an Archmage? This is cool. Oh, I love the giant beards. They got a giant wizard's beard. They have the big flowing back here that is essentially a cape, but it also has flames coming off of it as well. The staff has flames coming off of it. This is great.
It's a giant Archmage staff, which does make it very immobile, but when you're able to launch earth-shattering fire spells like it's able to...
Bro's casting Fireball at level 9. And let me tell you, if you're casting Fireball at level 9... not a lot of stuff can tank that.
Nobody cares. Fed Ninja has of course replaced Greninja's role, as Fakezian uses bubbles casted on its own feet to glide around in complete silence. And Delpho is a master of this aquatic movement style, making it seem like a character straight out of Naruto. Spellkey now has its turn to be a mage, because not only has Archon Deer...
This looks like the kind of guy that's gonna scam you. Be like, step right up, brave warrior. Have I got a game for you? You look like a smart man, a very smart man. What say you wager 10 gold pieces on a game?
Began casting fireballs, but it also has a magically well-kempt smoke mustache. But Grimoirja now uses its...
Grimoirja? Like grimoire. Like a mage's grimoire where you keep the spells. I've been watching Free Run. I know all about the grimoires.
Tongue as a staff, as it can be seen floating around the battlefield on a cloud of smoke, launching down saliva-soaked fireballs from above.
Saliva-soaked fireballs. That's a little bit gross, but that's okay.
Has a barbed helmet.
Urchpin. Okay, that's really creative and cool. Immediately, just right off the bat, like that.
Skilladin may not have the best build for stealth, but because it can sling its own broken off barbs like a flurry of shuriken, it doesn't really matter. And Chesnobi produces...
Ooh, like Shinobi? Wait, is that what you call it, Shinobi?
Barbs so large it can stick...
Oh, he has the kind of samurai, like the Japanese helmet going on here as well.
Them into surfaces and use them as platforms.
This has to be like the plan, right? This had to have been like intentional throughout the design process. They were like, okay, we're gonna make them look like, you know, like different classes,
giving
or something
it a strange but highly effective way to outmaneuver enemies. Finitwig is ready for its turn to be a warrior, as Braixen has turned its once wand into a staff with a bladed leaf on the end. That Delphite sharpens in...
Oh, okay. Yes, okay. It was intentional. It this one kind of looks like a Crusader a little bit.
Full-on sword. As it now fights with no tricks, no magic, no movement, just straight up slice and dice mayhem.
Oh my god, which one do I like the best out of that? I think it's got to be the Chestnut Fire one, the Archmage. I don't know. I love an old wizard. What can I say?
Up to Gen 7, where the first swap is Rowlet with an eye.
Yeah, there you go.
Torch is ready to riz up any enemy with its fire hairstyle. And Death Senjui no longer uses arrows, but slings its own hardened feathers as if they were throwing knives.
Okay, that's kind of sick.
Tide is a...
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god. That might be the cutest first evolution we've seen so far.
Cat with a built-in fish bone. Torracuda is just
Yeah, this is great. This is just going to be fantastic. I can already tell.
in the water and on land, but the best part about it is that it stays on 4 legs. Because Insaneroar is a monk.
Insaneroar? Damn, this guy, he looks like a One Piece, not One Piece, a One Punch Man character.
Monstrous force that adorns its body with the bones of its slain enemies. And
yeah, no wonder it's Insaneroar. Jesus Christ.
Poploha has a grassy skirt. Because as we can see with Suacian, it's traded in its singing skills for hula dancing. And Primoformer is now impossible.
Oh, this is really cute. And it matches the Primarina vibe so well as well.
To anger, as even when attacked, it will simply initiate a swaying dance battle, forcing the opponent
Also, it is, an Alola Pokemon.
To relax and unwind. Rowlish has been turned into a little squid, which fits because just like owls, they also have beaks. Dartoxin
I don't know if that was a joke, but I thought that was kind of funny.
is ready to employ yet another weapon-based strategy. As Decidueye wields
Oh my god. Decidueye? Okay, first off, there's a lot to like here. There's a lot to like. Let me go down. Let me talk about the ways, okay? Let me talk about the ways. So first off, it's a great technical creature. This is a fantastic looking octopus, or is it octopus or squid? Or squid creature. I think it looks fantastic. It kind of gives me like Malamar vibes a little bit. It also gives me the octopus creatures from Super Mario Sunshine vibes a little bit, the bloopers. But also, it's wearing a diving helmet, and it gives me flashbacks to playing BioShock. Like, as soon as I see a diving helmet, I think about BioShock, my favorite game of all time. So immediately that goes up on my rankings as well. Please play BioShock if you haven't already. Just treat yourself. You deserve to play good games. Please play BioShock.
its own harpoon-shaped barb, which it hooks into foes, giving them an extreme injury that only gets worse if they try to pull the barb out. Litzlets are known to live in close-knit packs, where they're protected from harm by the many flora cats that make up the majority of the pride's.
That's really cute. You guys ever seen warrior cats or red warrior cats? This feels like a warrior cat.
Member. However, only one of its
that's cool.
final stages can be seen in a pack at one time. Because as soon as another Floricat evolves, the two will enter a brutal fight to the end, with the winner going on to lead the pack, and the loser being buried. But don't
That is pretty much, I think that's how lion packs work, isn't it?
worry, the Gen 8 type
Okay, yeah, my favorite one was the Decidueye. The water type Decidueye, the diving helmet, the squidness is really good.
swaps aren't nearly as intense. I mean, look at Gruka, who turned its wooden stick into a metal cooking spoon. Adorable. Chef even made its own fork and spoon to go along with its built-in chef's hat. And Grilla
I was about to be like, what do you mean the Pokemon has a spoon? And I thought about Kadabra.
Boom gave up its drum for a large cooking pot that it uses to make its own 5-star meal. Soddle is a bit
That's
less
really
of a
cute.
little crybaby and evolves into Spitzile, who's known to collect poisonous berries found across the forest floor before firing them out of its own self-made blow dart. In fact, its evolution
This one is really cool. I like it because, again, you're taking what is a stealthy secret agent character and you're keeping that overall vibe. You're just changing the idea slightly. It's still like a stealthy creature, but now you made it a poison type, so it spits poison darts. Very cool idea.
Inteliage has become so good at this strategy that it completely stopped looking for its own food, instead choosing to follow closely behind other Pokemon while they do their own foraging, before incapacitating them with its blow dart and taking their hard-earned food.
That's a little mean, not gonna lie. Ooh, this one's cool.
Buoyant has changed the sport it plays, because Baboot is always practicing with its bubble ball and goggles to evolve into Aquace and become a master of water polo. Drew C
Let's go!
now
Guys, do you think Cinderace would win the World Cup? Do you think if we had Cinderace on the England team, which, it is, Galar Pokemon, so we'd have it on the England team, obviously. If we had Cinderace instead of Harry Kane, would we have won?
plays the steel drums as they offer a much more beachy sound. Wacape is so dedicated to this vibe that it even got 2 pieces of coral for twice the drumming. But that's still a far cry
Ooh, this is very cool.
from Tintaboom.
It's got tentacles holding the barnacles.
Boom's dedication, because it's now in a symbiotic relationship with an octopus Pokemon, which it allows to feed on its own brain in exchange for extra arms to drum with.
What? Goodness me! That's not how I thought that would go.
Bunny has once again traded sports because Rablitz uses a stick and berry to play lacrosse. But it's not all for fun and games because it's also how Timber Ace fights. Ripping Berry's top shelf with such speed and precision, it can hit foes right on the temple and put them out in a single Oranberry. Solval
In a single Oranberry.
is a much
Boomed in a single Oranberry.
more intense Sobble. Blazeisle has turned its tail into a flamethrower and is no longer based on James Bond because Intillery makes it
Whoa! Okay, this one might be my favorite here. Turning its tail into a
clear it's a
flamethrower?
rapid-firing action hero inspired by Rambo. But
Oh my god, the Rambo inspiration. No, I love that. Yeah, no, the fire type one. Either the fire type Inteleon or the grass type Inteleon. They were both really good.
what happens if you swap the most recent generation?
Oh, we're on the last one already?
Boy Croco has a much scarier face and a water spout on its head. A spout which begins to bubble over on Crocolure and turns into literal
Ooh, this is cute. Oh, I love how they kept the Torch Song bird. I really don't know what this bird thing is, but it's really cool, and I like they kept it in the design.
flowing hair on Surfadirge, which it even lets its little bird friend hang 10 on. Quaxleaf may have changed types, but its hair routine stays on 10. However, Cresswell also has a
I'm sorry, I've never liked the Quaxley. I mean, I actually quite like Quaquaval, but Quaxley and Quaxwell, just don't like them. I've never liked them. It's just such a... Might be like bottom starter Pokemon of all time. I just don't vibe with them whatsoever.
tail feather to style as well for twice the Aura Dominant, which transcends into
However, this is very cool. Like, again, I like Quaquaval, and this grass-type version of it still hits.
the Peacock-inspired Opalaval, the standard of forest fashion. Sprigonite is much more fox
Ah! Okay, I already like this
than
one.
cat.
That's adorable.
Figato stays
Again, still fantastic. Absolutely great. Mwah, no notes.
on all fours. I hope you're noticing the trim. And yes, its final
Yeah! Okay, you know what? This is pretty cool.
stage is another firefighting type.
it's fighting type.
If Nintendo
It's another firefighting type. But don't worry, guys. But don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, it's on all fours.
can do it 3 times in a row, then I can do it a couple times too. Toy Dino is said to hold a powerful secret. Its evolution Mossalor is very docile because it spends most of its life guarding the seed on top of its head. Because
Which
when it
hatches into... Aw, that's kind of cute.
evolves, that seed becomes a dragon fruit, which not only grants
A dragon fruit. Oh, that's really
it
creative.
with new
There's so many, like, good grass dragon ideas. Why is grass dragon specifically such an easy one to make good ideas for?
overpowered typing, but it can also use that fruit to lure in hungry prey before snapping down on them with its large wooden jaws.
Love it. Great. Fantastic.
Rixito has a starfish pattern on its face because its evolution Stargato actually uses starfish as weapons, slinging them at foes like throwing stars. But Starcato takes
Oh, this is a really cool design. Oh, I like this one a lot. The Cyclops eye is really getting me here.
this one step further, using starfish to latch onto the target's face before channeling its psychic energy directly through them, turning whatever they latched onto into a mind-controlled drone. But Frizzly shows
Damn. Okay, that might be my number one for the Paldea one, actually.
what happens when Quaxley cares less about its hair and more about combat. With Flashwell easily being the fastest striker of all the starter Pokemon middle stages, and Quaquavolt is so fast that the only part of its punch you'll see is
I like this. We don't see many fire electro types a lot
the
of the times,
after
so I like this.
image. YouTube thinks
This is very good. Also, it's a really good type combination in general. I think... Oh, this is hard. I don't know if I can pick an overall favorite because there are so many good ones there, but definitely from the Generation 9, it was definitely the war type, Meowscarada. Please subscribe to Pokedex Villas. I'll link them in the description as usual, obviously. And if you're looking for a bit of background noise, looking for something to listen to while you're on your second monitor, while you're playing a game or you're doing something else, twitch.tv/Patterrz is always on. It's always streaming my best videos of all time. And if you need something to fall asleep to, this is absolutely perfect. The link for that is also in the description too. But yeah, we're not done yet. We're not done yet, guys. Have you seen the video how a Crisis created legendary Pokemon by JPR? Speaking of JPR, boom! Next video we're gonna react to is next video is a JPR video. You actually guessed that crazy. No one has that came out of nowhere. The JPR recommendation into actually reacting to a JPR video, I had that planned out before. It was like it's a crazy jump to make there. I love a little bit of tea. React to Shady's stream. I mean, I can't really like react to Shady's stream because he's just like playing Power World, right? Oh, well, I'll go fuck myself then, I guess. I guess I'll just go and paint the ceiling, I suppose. No Shady stream for anyone today. Is he fighting Kyogre?
Does this reach you? Not even a little bit. Okay, awesome. I'm outie.
Yeah, like I said, like, I mean, he is fighting the boss, so that's pretty cool. But guys, we got one more. We got one more video to check out today. We have one more video to check out today. Hold on. The worst parts of every Pokemon game. I feel like I'm gonna yap so much in this one, guys. I'm gonna yap like crazy today. Like we are gonna yap together. Actually, this is great. This is great discussion for the chat too. This is great. This is good. I think we're gonna have a good back and forth here, guys. We're gonna have a really good back and forth. I'm looking forward to it. I don't want to get spoiled. Does Power have a story? I genuinely did not know how to story. But don't worry, I'm not going to pull it up anymore. It's gone now. It's gone now. The game can't hurt you. It's gone now. Don't worry. All right. Why does it keep doing theater mode? I don't want to watch theater mode. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, it does? I'm sorry. I didn't realize. What? I almost just threw my drink on myself. All right, shall we get cracking then, folks? I'm gonna yap like crazy today. I can just feel it in my bones. The worst parts of every Pokemon game. I could yap about this for hours. I've been yapping about this for years, actually. So we're going to have a good discussion today, I think. Wonderful video by JPR.
The worst part of every single Pokemon game in only...
Where have I seen that 3D animation in the past? You guys see that 3D... See that creature?
10 minutes.
No, behind the really, really cute JPR droid. Behind. What the hell is this creature?
Red and Blue. While getting many of Pokemon's core mechanics right the first time, many aspects leave a lot to be desired. The type chart is an actual crime. Psychic-type Pokemon are left completely unchecked by anything that isn't Beedrill's Twin Needle.
Yeah, what's up with that, by the way? Like, what were they thinking? Like, I understand it's the first game that they're creating from this new franchise. They have no idea if it's going to work, but like, what is going on with some of the decisions on the moves? We're going to have 2 dragon-type moves. Was Twister even in Generation 1, guys? We have Dragon Rage. Oh, you want to use a Ghost-type move against Psychic-type Pokemon? That's cool. Well, we have Nightshade and Lick, so that's it. Great. Fantastic. Was Shadow Ball even in Generation 1? I don't even think it was. It's ridiculous. Also, Pokemon Red and Blue was my favorite, my first Pokemon games. And that makes me feel so old because whenever I ask someone what their first one was, I always get, like, the earliest they go is that, like, oh yeah, like, Ruby and Sapphire was my first. Ruby and Sapphire was my first. I think the only person that I've asked recently and has been like, oh, Red and Blue was Shady. I'm like, how is it just me and Shady that start with Red and Blue? That's actually crazy. Like, I've been doing this since before I could read. I will say, one thing I really did like about Psychic types absolutely dominating Generation 1 was the fact that I could play the entire game with my Kadabra. My boy Kadabra. God, did I love Kadabra. That guy was the best. I didn't evolve him because even though I did, people say I didn't have friends. I did have friends in the past that had Red and Blue. I had one. Well, I was actually one guy. It was literally... I had one friend that had Pokemon Red and Blue in the past, but that's okay. And we had a link cable, but I never evolved it because I didn't know how to do it. We just didn't know how to do it. We got the cable, we tried to figure it out, couldn't figure it out. Now, bear in mind, we were stupid children. So, like, give us a little bit of slack on that, but I would dominate the entire game with Kadabra. It was my one guy. Everyone would go through the game with just their stars. No, for me, it was Kadabra. And that's why, to this day, Kadabra is the best Psychic-type Pokemon of all time. Like, Alakazam's all right, I suppose. But Kadabra was my number one back then.
Hyper Beam lacks any real counters, fast Pokemon are objectively better since they have higher crit rates, and some moves like
I don't think that's necessarily like a bad thing. Like, you just start like a new game, you're trying to get into the swing of things, you make critical hit ratio based on the speed of a Pokemon. That kind of in my head makes sense because inherently a Pokemon that can move faster can probably like hit weak points easier. That makes sense to me. Now, when it comes to the actual practice of it, it just makes Tauros absolutely ridiculous and Persian do insane damage with Slash all the time. But I get the idea of it, though.
completely break the game wide open. Quality of life is also pretty pain-inducing here. You have to save to switch boxes.
Yeah, what was all that about? Save to switch boxes? I think that's more of a hardware limitation, though. I imagine it was probably... Like, they really struggled to get everything in the game, right? They were running out of space. I think the only reason Mew exists is because when they were finishing up the game, they were like, oh, we have like 4 bytes left. we have 4 bytes left. Anyone want to throw anything in the 4 bytes? And he's like, I'll throw another Pokemon in, why not?
Bag is just one long continuous menu that also gets full way too quickly. And there's a ton of other things that future games have streamlined a lot. Green. This one's more of a bonus since I'm sure most of you have never played it before, but
the green sprites leave a bit to be desired, let's be honest.
My god, Gen 1 didn't need Darkrai because these sprites are the most nightmare-inducing things I've ever seen.
Wait, okay, this one's like not that bad though. Like, I kind of like Hitmonchan because that's kind of how, if you were looking directly a boxer, that's kind of what you would see, right? Because they have their fists up, they're trying to like defend their face, they're gonna like throw a punch that way like that. That's probably what boxers see. I wouldn't know. I'm not a boxer. I've never been in the ring. I don't want to go in the ring. I would get absolutely demolished. I've never hit anyone in my life. I've never been in a fight even once. But I imagine that's what it looks like.
Yellow. It's supposed to be like what if the anime met the games, but the Indigo League anime wasn't even close to being finished when they started development. Because of this, there's some glaring omissions, like Blaine doesn't have his iconic Magmar.
Or his mustache.
And plots from later episodes have no influence at all.
Yellow was bad. Yellow was like horrifically unbalanced for no reason. Like, tell me why they made Sabrina and Koga all level 50s. What's up with that? Like, what's the purpose behind that? What are we trying to achieve here? What are we trying to prove? There's such a massive level jump between Saladon City and the next gym leaders. It's absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't even make any sense. What are we doing with level 50 Alakazam in Saffron City? Considering how early you could go there, it's absolutely ridiculous. I know you have to do Self-Co and all that first, but you're not getting to level 50 by that point in time.
Also, a ton of Pokemon aren't available here, despite being the definitive Gen 1 game.
I do like how in Pokemon Yellow they let you have access to the stars, though. I think that's good. I think that if you're going to have like a definitive version, you should allow people to have access to all of the stars, like just within the game.
Because the game wants you to roleplay as Ash Ketchum. And Ash Ketchum doesn't use Beedrill. Except that one time he caught one in Joe.
Wait. You can't get Weedle in Yellow? Is that true? What?
No, and immediately gave it away. Golden.
Yeah, no, right, listen, if I caught a Beedrill, I would immediately give it away too.
Silver. By far, still the worst Pokemon distribution in the entire series.
Seriously. We made an entire second generation, guys. We have 100 new Pokemon. This is so fantastic. An entire new generation, guys. There's 100 new Pokemon. Okay, so, like, can we use them? No, you can't use... Why would you ask that? What a stupid question. No, of course you can't use them. You'll play until the end of the game, and then maybe we'll let you catch them in a cave somewhere, all right? Like, oh, okay, but like, will anyone else use them? No one's gonna use the new Pokemon, okay? No, none of the gym leaders. All right, they're gonna have Kanto Pokemon, and you're gonna like it, by the way. They're gonna have so many Kanto Pokemon, and that's it. Listen, you're lucky you get to see Miltank in the 3rd gym. Are we gonna put the new bug types in the Azalea gym? No, we're not gonna do that. What are you, an idiot? We're gonna put the new flying types in the 1st gym? No, don't be stupid. Well, okay, but what's Chuck gonna have? Is he gonna have like one of the new fighting types? No. Why would Chuck have a Hitmontop? That doesn't make any sense. Why would Chuck have Hitmontop? What a silly question.
Most areas repeat the exact same Pokemon, with most of the interesting new Gen 2 Pokemon being found entirely too late to be useful, or not even Johto for some reason. Move pools also somehow get worse for a lot of Pokemon in these games, and stone evolutions are also gated until post-game. So even though you have access to nearly 200 Pokemon before the league, most of them are just terrible.
3 Johto gym leaders use Johto Pokemon. 3! Wait, that's not true. No, wait, that's not true. That's not true because, hold on, there is, Whitney does, Morty doesn't. Dude, we added a new ghost type. Will the ghost type gym leader have the ghost type that we added? Nope. It's gonna have the one evolution line. The singular individual evolution line that was in Gen 1. There's Whitney, Jasmine, Price, and Claire. So there's 4. 4 of the... Only half of the Generation 2 gym leaders have Gen 2 Pokemon.
Crystal. As an enhanced version, this game does not really feel much more enhanced from Gold and Silver. Most of the innovative features are exclusive to the Japanese version of the game, including the Celebi event for some reason. And while Pokemon distribution is significantly better here, it still doesn't fix any of the gym leaders, most of whom don't even use Johto Pokemon. Like, would it have been hard to give Falconer a Hoot Hoot?
That's what I'm saying. Like, there were so many chances and opportunities to use the new Pokemon, and for some reason they don't. And there's no reason not to, because they have, like, the same stats. Like, what does changing Pidgey with Hoot Hoot do here? It introduces a new Pokemon that you've probably already seen, but it allows you to have an opportunity to battle against it, you know? The Sage in Bellsprout Tower has a Hoot Hoot! The Sage in Bellsprout Tower! It's called Bellsprout Tower! And the boss of the Bellsprout Tower has Hoot Hoot, but the Flying-type gym leader doesn't. Like, what are we doing here, guys? Listen, the first gym leader should have had, like, a level 9 Murkrow. There you go, boom. We call it a day. Level 9 Murkrow. That's totally fine. Has Peck? Cool. Murkrow? Pretty sick. Disco! Thank you for the B. Thank you for the disco. Thank you for the jewels. Thank you.
Ruby and Sapphire somehow went from the best post
So I ranted so much about Gen 2 there. I have so many, I got so many bones to pick with Generation 2, I swear.
game in Pokemon history to the absolute worst. It's literally just the Battle Tower, which is basically copy and pasted from Crystal. Oh, and
I'm gonna be honest, I never played the Battle Tower in Crystal. Not once. In fact, actually, to be fair, my extended playtime with Crystal was I had one of those. Do you guys remember those cartridges that was like 100 games in one? I think I went to like Spain or something, and I got one of those, like one of those bootleg cartridges. My mum bought it for me from like a really sketchy shop or something like that, and I was like, and I'd play Crystal on that, but I actually don't think I could save the game. I don't think it would save the game, so I just had to kind of like replay the start over and over again. But I did have Silver. I remember playing through Silver. I actually remember buying Silver, which is crazy because I must have been like 4 years old. It's a crazy memory to have. But I remember looking at it on the shelf.
catch Latias and Latias, because who doesn't love roaming legendaries? What a blessing. And instead of featuring the 180 Pokemon they cut from the Pokedex in the postgame, they opted to kick the can down the road to make sure you bought Coliseum and XD. We sort of forgave them for that because those games were fire, but in retrospect, it was kinda scummy. Fire Red and Leaf Green. Mechanically, these games fix almost everything that was wrong with Gen 1, but it's really weird about including anything new. It's super picky about maintaining the original 151 Pokemon.
Dude, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get why they did this thing with the Pokedex. A lot of you guys might not know this, actually. If you don't have the national Pokedex, you can't get Crobat, which doesn't make any sense because you can catch a Zubat, evolve it into Golbat, get its happiness up, and the Golbat will go to evolve and then just be like, actually, I don't want to evolve right now, and it'll just stop. So what's the point? Just let it evolve. I understand you maybe you're trying to do like the Faithful remake thing, but is it really that big of a deal if you have a Crobat before you get the national dex? If you're going to be able to use Crobat after you get the national dex anyway, like why not just allow the opportunity to have something cool instead?
So you can't get Pokemon like Espeon or Crobat until post-game? Actually, I lied. You can't even get Espeon or Umbreon at all. You have to trade to Ruby and Sapphire first.
What? Wait, whoa. You cannot directly evolve Eevee into Espeon in Pokemon Fire Red because the game lacks an internal day-night clock. What? That's so stupid. I didn't realize you couldn't do it all. You have to trade it to Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and then trade it back? Wait, why does it not have a day-night clock? Is it because it's not faithful to the original? Oh, man, that's dumb as bricks.
Oops. And you have to go through an extensive post-game just to unlock trading with the Hoenn games.
Okay, I did like the post game. I thought the Fire Red Leaf Green post game is very cool and interesting, and like you got all the islands. I think it's cool to go all the islands. but having to do all that just to be able to trade to the other games is a bit excessive, you know? That's a lot of playtime just to unlock a feature that, you know, you should just have in the original games anyway.
It's so much work for such a basic feature. Not to mention, the Sevi Islands, while a significant improvement to the post-game, are filled with all kinds of nothing burger locations that feel more important than they actually are.
Yeah, I mean, it is cool to explore, though, I will say. Like, being able to just walk around and kind of, like, find these new areas that you would never have experienced in Red and Blue. Like, when it came out, it was, I'll say this as... I'm like a Pokemon time capsule because I played almost every single new game as it came out, and I started with the first one. So it feels like my memories are like the evolution of the franchise as it existed at that point in time. But yeah, I'll say like it did feel cool and interesting to be able to like go to new places. They're like, okay, this is what I remember, but like there's also some new stuff here too. I like this. It's interesting.
Almost every landmark is, wow, this looks cool. Oh.
Yeah, I'm on. Come 30. I know.
Wait, there's nothing here. Emerald. While Emerald makes significant improvements across the board, it oddly makes a few things worse. Battle Tents did not need to replace almost all of the contest halls. Now you have to go all the way to Lily Cove.
Yeah, I never understood that. I don't think I ever used a battle tent. I actually really liked contests back in the day. I thought it was a really cool feature. So the fact that they completely replaced it is like a massive downer because it makes you feel when you're journeying through the region and you're not only getting badges, but you're winning contests as you go. It makes you feel like more of a multifaceted trainer rather than just like a battling one. So if you just restrict that all into one area, you immediately care less about contests because it's not part of your journey anymore. It's just like, okay, this is just like a thing that's in one area. I'd have to wait until I get super far into the game to even unlock it. So now I don't really care. Like it's not a part of my experience at this point. It's just like a side thing.
City just to make Pokeblocks. The Pokenav now has unskippable calls, and unlike the Pokegear from Gen 2, you can't deny registering phone numbers. Also, you have Steven getting replaced with Wallace while...
Yeah, that's a big champion downgrade, I'm going to say it. I don't know why they did this. It's a massive champion downgrade. Yeah, why did they do this? Was there ever like a reason as to why they did this? Because having one in the gym, I feel like Wallace is a really good gym leader, and Steven's a sick champion. Having the replacement here just doesn't make any sense to me.
Wallace is replaced with essentially a clone of himself who has basically been erased from the franchise since then.
Yeah, like, who is one? Who is this guy?
Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, we know where we're gonna go with this. Guys, everything is so slow in this game. I've told the story before, but I'll tell it again. You can use code Patterrz to get money off your Game of Subs purchase. If you get one tub of Game of Subs, just one tub, and you drink this every single day, then it will last for over 3 months. Isn't that incredible? That is so much value right there. And you can use code Patterrz to save money on it. Sorry, the actual story I was going to go over is I remember the day in 2007 when this came out. When this game came out, I remember because I was going home from the weekend. I was in middle school, back when middle schools actually existed in the UK, which, by the way, it's shut down now, which is really heartbreaking to me. Just a side point, they shut down my school completely, and that's really sad to me because it was one of the last middle schools in the entire country, but that's a side point again. I was walking home, and I turned to my friend, and I said to my friend, when you next see me, I'm going to have a turtwig. And I said cringe things like that because I was a child and children say cringe things. And when I came back into school on Monday, I had already caught Palkia because I got Pearl version because Palkia is cooler than Dialga, obviously, as we all know. But I already had Palkia. I was so addicted to this game. And it's crazy that I managed to get Palkia already because the game is so slow. Am I right, guys?
I'm sorry, did I waste your time reading that? Because that's basically what Diamond and Pearl does. These games are so horrendously optimized that doing anything takes a literal eternity. Running is slower, surfing is slower.
Dude, this muddy puddle actually gave me an aneurysm. Nothing has made me... Okay, the muddy puddle and the fog area. Oh my god, what were they thinking with the fog area? Oh my days. What, guys? Come on, the fog? It cuts your accuracy by so much. And for why? What are we doing?
Animations are slower, HP bars are slower, and general gameplay is slower because you need an HM just to use the bathroom in this region. B-Barrel is basically everybody's honorary 7th team member. Also, the worst regional decks of all time. Only 150 Pokemon, and most of them are bad repeats from older games.
And there's 2 fire types, and that's it. You have a Rapidash, or you have an Infinite, or you don't have a fire type. What were they thinking when they made that? And the fact is, it's not like they forgot about fire types because they have a fire type specialist in the game. And they gave him Lopunny. They gave him Drifblim, which I guess makes sense. It's a hot air balloon. They gave him... Wait, did they give him Steelix? What was Flint's stupid team again? Flint, Pearl team. They did. They gave him a Steelix. Okay, what about this makes sense, right? Okay, I understand Drifblim, it's a hot air balloon. Maybe that makes sense. It's hot, right? Okay, sure, whatever. They have a Steelix. Okay, Steelix is metal. Metal is forged by high heats. Okay, it's a stretch. It's a real stretch, but all right, sure. It learns Sunny Day. Why are we teaching Steelix Sunny Day? What an idiot. Why is Lopunny here? What is hot about a Lopunny? Wait, no. Wait, what is hot? I think I get it now, actually.
It doesn't even have all the new Gen 4 Pokemon. We put all 5 members of the Wurmple family in this dex, but not Electivire. Platinum. A bit faster than Diamond and Pearl, but still
Platinum was such an upgrade. That might be the biggest upgrade in the franchise of all time.
remarkably slow, especially considering how long they worked on this. Also, despite drastically improving
Ooh, someone has a shiny Crobat. How cool.
the Pokedex, for some reason, Honchkrow and Miss Magius are taken out of the game, which is a very weird omission. Other than that, basically universal upgrades here. Hey, hope you're not too mad at me yet. If you're not, I would love it if you subscribed. Most of my viewers
No, honestly, I think he's been right about pretty much everything. Honestly, it's so fun to rant, isn't it?
aren't, and I really want to hit 300,000 subscribers this
I am subscribed, JPR, and you should be too, by the way. It literally says at the top bar here, subscribe to JPR.
year, so be sure to do that. Thank you. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It keeps Crystal's plot, but doesn't keep Crystal's improved wild Pokemon variety. Yes, the Safari Zone does fix a lot of the Johto Pokemon issues, but it's a ton of work to set up, and I think most of us would have been fine with the routes just having more variety in general.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. If you're going to make a remake, you might as well solve the problems that the game originally had.
Black and White.
Oh, that was a really quick Hot Gold Soul Silver segment, by the way. Hey, listen, I guess it's just the GOAT. I guess it's the GOAT.
While Univa's dex of only 150 is way better balanced than Diamond and Pearl's, it is a bit of a mixed bag. Most Pokemon are really good.
Oh, the chat is broken. Sorry, yo, guys, quickly, can you just, like, spam shit in chat right now? Just, like, spam. If you can hear me, just, like, spam something in chat just so it, like, updates really quickly. Oh, there it is. It's coming back to life. Here we go. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Wait, is it still updating? It is updating. There we go.
Good, but so many are incredibly late bloomers for no reason. It makes them borderline unusable, including popular ones like Bisharp, Mienshao, Braviary, and Volcarona, only including new...
Why are they doing this? Okay, I've always questioned how does like a really stupidly high evolution level get past like testing, because like you have to sit, because game development's hard and it takes a really long time, and it's something that a lot of people think really long and hard about, right? Game development is not just like a whim where you're just like, oops, I like did a typo and now it's like that forever. Well, actually, some things are like that. Some glitches are like that. But how does Mienshao evolve and past level 50 get past testing? Why? What's up with that? What is going on with that? If you sit in a meeting and the meeting is about evolution levels and we're talking about Mienfoo, who says like level 52? Who's the guy that says that? And everyone's like, yeah, woo, yes. Fantastic. We love that. Subarashi desne. Great. We'll plug that in right now. How does that happen?
Pokemon, while praise is a bold and fresh decision now, was very controversial at launch because fans were locked out of their old favorites. It definitely did not please everybody.
Initially, I didn't like that you could only use the new Pokemon in Black and White because, you know, when you play a Pokemon game, it's totally fine to like want to use your favorites and stuff like that. And if it's all new Pokemon, you can feel like a bit overwhelmed, a bit like, I don't really know what's going on here. It doesn't really feel like it. Initially, it might not feel as much like a Pokemon game because it's all new to you, and you need the familiarities to kind of ground you. And you know, if you see Pikachu next to Fuecoco, you're like, okay, that's a Pokemon. But if it's just Fuecoco by itself, it's like, okay, it feels a bit detached. But, you know, I like how they did black and white too. I think that was good.
Black 2 and White 2. While the beginning and end of the game is completely different from Black and White, the middle section of the game undeniably feels way more repetitive and sluggish. Pretty much everything from Castilia to Mistralton City is exactly the same, just with a very reduced emphasis on the Team Plasma plot, which makes it a bit hard to slug through a second time. Also, while I love the difficulty options in this game, it is so horribly implemented. Why do you have to beat the game and use a second Nintendo DS to transfer the key to yourself?
Why did they bother making a trailer for this? Yeah, this is so stupid. Oh my god. Oh, they're so confusing on the decisions that they make. Every game that has a difficulty option just asks you at the start, what difficulty do you want to play as? Okay, I want to play in easy mode. Great, you can play easy mode. Pokemon Black and White 2 said, what difficulty do you want to play as? Actually, no, don't answer that. First, finish the entire game, and then come back. Oh, you want to play in easy mode? Oh, sorry. Oh, what's the point? Why would you even want to play on easy mode after you'd already finished the game anyway? Just let him do it at the start. It's so confusing. Also, challenge mode doesn't even work properly. They didn't even change the stats on challenge mode anyway. Like, the stats are glitched. They're not even different on challenge mode.
And despite your opponents having higher levels,
and they're version exclusive. Why would you make a difficulty option a version exclusive? What are you doing? What a strange concept. I don't get it.
in challenge mode, they still have the exact same stats as they do in normal mode. So essentially, you're just getting bonus EXP. X and Y. Watered down in pretty much every aspect compared to the previous few games, with a ton of characters who just fall flat and feel like they don't add anything to the experience other than extra dialogue. The most frustrating part is just seeing all the areas that got cut short. These games are just potential unfulfilled. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. While it does include—
Oh wow, that was pretty quick. I guess we're not talking about like anything in particular. I mean, yeah, the game's pretty easy. Pokemon X and Y is pretty like easy, but you can also like turn off the experience share. I think that the worst part about Pokemon X and Y is the fact that they were like, oh my god, Mega Evolutions are this grand big new thing. They're so incredible. This is like the main thing. We love this Mega Evolutions. And everyone looked at Mega Evolutions and they were like, whoa, that's sick. That's really cool. We love that. That's brilliant. But only like 3 trainers in the entire game ever use any Mega Evolutions. Like, there's so much of a missed opportunity. The last gym leader should have a Mega Evolution. Every Elite Four member should have a Mega Evolution. Why is no one else using Mega Evolutions? It doesn't even make any sense. It's so confusing.
Emerald content, almost all of it is contained to the 2-hour-long Delta episode in the postgame. The gym leaders revert back to their old, boring Ruby and Sapphire versions. Yeah, Watson doesn't even have a Manetric anymore. The Battlefront—
Yeah, it's kind of lame. I don't know why they would do that. Again, if I don't understand, like, you can keep the good parts about like Emerald in your Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire remake. Like, it's okay. No one's gonna be mad. No one's gonna be really upset. They're like, oh, this isn't the Ruby and Sapphire teams. I'm really upset now.
Here gets deleted from the postgame, and in many respects, it sadly doesn't feel like the definitive version of Hoenn that it should be. Sun and Moon. I think casinos are more respectful of my time than these games are.
Yeah, these games too. There's a lot of dialogue going on in this game. I think the problem with the fact that there's a lot of dialogue in this game is the fact that it doesn't. It's pointless. It's like fluff. It's nothing. If I think about games that have like a lot of dialogue, a lot of talking to different characters, like Baldur's Gate 3, right? There's a lot of dialogue in Baldur's Gate 3 as well. But what's the difference there? The difference is the dialogue is good, it's entertaining, it's fun, I like the characters, and it's an enjoyable part of the game to go through. And it's also interactive, like, you obviously, like, there's a lot more to it than that, but the dialogue in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and in most Pokemon games, is kind of nothing. It's mostly just, like, word vomit, and there's not a lot going on, like, it's pretty boring stuff.
Especially in the first half. Way too much required dialogue and tutorials for things that could be explained in a single text box. It takes nearly an hour just to get your starter Pokemon. That's absurd! And it started this trend of almost every Pokemon game after this over-explaining even the most basic features. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Okay, the thing is, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon over-tutorializes so much stuff, and Sun and Moon does that too, but also Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are giga hard. compared to the other Pokemon games. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are like the only Pokemon games in which Pokemon that you fight will have EVs. For the most part, in Pokemon games, none of your opposing trainers have EVs. So they'll have much better stats. They'll have like max IVs. There's like really, really difficult battles. There's battles where like boosted stats and all that. So it's so funny that it treats you like a newborn child in dialogue, but in the gameplay, it treats you like a veteran.
A lot of the new material comes in the form of side quests, which, while fun, also makes a lot of the upgrades very missable. It's no wonder why most people felt like these were the least improved enhanced versions. And while it makes a lot of changes, particularly at the beginning to improve the flow, it introduces like 3 more tutorials that pretty much offset it. Alola Photo Club should not be a required part of the story.
Yeah, that is really funny. Dude, you're gonna take up 5 minutes of my time by like introducing a picture taking thing. Like, no one's gonna use it. I'm sorry. Surely when they're making the games, you know what people are gonna go towards and what people aren't really gonna be a big fan of. Like, surely the Alola Picture Club, while like maybe an interesting thing you can do for a couple of minutes, no one's gonna be super into it, you know?
Let's go Pikachu.
And Festival Plaza. Oh my god, dude, the forced tutorial in Festival Plaza. I swear, I PTSD like blanked it out of my mind for a bit there. I totally forgot it even existed. But they make you for like 10 minutes run around Festival Plaza doing nothing for a place that you'll never ever go back to.
An Eevee. Force catching grinds the gameplay to a halt a lot of the time. Most of the depth of the game is stripped away, and they're pretty much brain dead easy for anybody over the age of 5. Whereas most other Pokemon...
At least they have the unique training classes in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That's what I really respect about it. They have a Gambler training class that only uses Oko moves. Like, that's actually really unique and interesting and cool. It's a good idea.
Games, you at least have to be 12. Sword and Shield. Possibly the most lackluster map design in any Pokemon game ever.
What? Dude, I actually... The world of a Sword and Shield, I love. Am I saying this just because I'm British? Maybe. But, like, there's so many good things I could say about, like, the cities and just the overall vibe of the Galarian region. Even if the route that you go on and the way that it's laid out is pretty bad because it's essentially an entire straight line. Like, the whole region is just a straight line. Which, I mean, Unova is, like, basically like that too, but the design of the places is so cool. Like, you have, like, a giga Victorian type of city where everything is really exaggerated, and then you have, like, the fortress castle city, and then you have, like, the seaside town city, somewhere that I grew up, and then you have the countryside town as well with the fields and the backdrop and the rolling hills. Like, all of this is great. But the way that you go through it is pretty boring.
It tries to combine the traditional top-down style with the new open-world style, and it doesn't do either of them well. The wild area isn't
the wild area falls pretty flat. The wild area has not got much going for it. But the cities and the other routes look really good.
Incredibly.
Then yeah, the UK vibes are just like brilliant. I think they did a really good job.
Barren tech demo for Gen 9, and the traditional routes and dungeons feel more like hallways than explorable areas. Route 2 is pretty much the only place in the game where you could go off the beaten path. That's just sad. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Am I allowed to say all of it? No? That's too easy? Okay then. It reinstates the horrible Diamond and Pearl decks, affection and friendship is forced upon you, it adds some Pokemon to the Underground, but not their Gen 4 evolutions, which is just stupid, you lose most of the other unique Underground and Secret Base features, and the art style is debatably worse than the original games. There. Does that cover it?
Dude. I don't even think that I want to give, like, my brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl thoughts. Actually, hold on. Where's the... Oh, dude, do I even have the clip? This clip can be my reaction here. Sinnoh! Experience the brilliance once more. What the fuck? That's it. What the fuck? Dude, that... I don't know. I mean, I kind of hit the nail on the head there. within half a second, I kind of knew. They call me the Noah.
Legends Arceus. Unfortunately, feels more like a Pokedex collectathon than an actual adventure at times. There are considerably fewer randomized encounters, so the game feels less unique when replaying it. And the dialogue is incredibly overdone and repetitive. Adaman and Irida might actually be my least favorite Pokemon characters ever, purely for how they have the exact same conversation about 40 times throughout the game. Scarlet and Violet. By far the most embarrassing launch of a Pokemon game of all time, purely on a technical level.
Yeah,
and
it was
while
pretty bad.
finally commits to being a fully open world
I will say, like, Scarlet and Violet on the original Switch still sucks. It's just the fact that it's on Switch 2 now and it's way better on Switch 2 that kind of redeems it.
game, it doesn't carry over any of the aspects that you'd expect a good open world game to have, like side quests or cool collectibles. Things that Legends Arceus had and did well. They had to make all the TMs breakable again just to give you something to hunt.
Yeah, why'd they do that's actually so annoying. I really wish they didn't do that because crafting is so boring and so bad. I've never enjoyed. I'm not really a crafting person, so maybe I'm just like I just have a natural bias against it. But this was so annoying. I think I've crafted maybe 10 TMs the entire time I've had Scarlet and Violet.
Make something new. Don't take us backwards. Legend ZA. They sold us $30 DLC less than 2 months after launch. Just delay the freaking game, man. You're gonna sell millions of copies anyway.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't really care about that. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. Like, I feel like Legends ZA as a whole it feels like a full complete game, and the DLC just does feel like DLC. I don't think that you need to like wait. You could say, oh, but this could have been like post game, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really too bothered about that one.
And this DLC basically just gives you the simplest gameplay loop of all time.
I will say the DLC was dog shit though. I'm sorry, dude. Oh my god, I was actually depressed while I was trying to grind out the whatever it was so that you could advance the storyline so I could actually get to the end of it and finish like a playthrough of it so I could do all the boss battles and stuff like that and see all the mega evolutions. Oh my god, it's so grindy. It like actually depressed me playing it. It's so grindy. I wish they didn't make it so grindy. It was so, it made me so sad.
Takes place in retextured areas you've already been to. I'm sorry, it's not good. They also decided to make way too many Mega Evolutions exclusive to the online.
And speaking of grindy, by the way, they locked the Shiny Charm behind like 1,000 battles or something like that. Like, why? That was hours and hours of just spamming battles for no purpose other than I'm trying to unlock the Shiny Charm. I already completed a Pokedex. The Pokedex was finished. But you have to do a gazillion battles to get it.
Mode, which you also have to pay for, by the way. So, sorry if you like Mega Delphox or Chestnut, you probably finished the game before they came out. Sorry if you like the Hoenn Starter Megas, you probably finished the DLC before they came out. And Mega Garchomp Z? Was anybody still playing the game when it dropped?
I'm going to put my hands up, yeah? I'm going to put my hands up. I didn't know this would come out. Genuinely, I did not know the Mega Garchomp Z was even out. Is there anyone even playing the online of this game anymore? Do people still play this?
What are you
I'm going to be honest, I've never heard of anyone playing the online of this since it came out.
supposed to do with it? Beat the ZA Royale for the 160th time? Anyway, I got all my hater out. If you're mad
All
too,
right,
go watch
hey,
my
that was a good time though. I did enjoy myself. I think this reaction was 3 times the length of the video. Dude, I love a rant. I love a yap. I think it was a lot of fun. Also, guys, please subscribe to JPL. But if you're looking for some background noise, if you're looking for something to put on in the background while you're sleeping, my twitch.tv channel is always online all the time, and it's rerunning my best videos. So if you need background noise, maybe you'll find a video you haven't seen before. Maybe you'll like it. It'll be linked in the description as well. All right. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate it. I hope you had an absolutely fantastic day. We should raid Shady now. But thank you guys so much again. I will see you guys a little bit later. Why didn't you make a DLC video? I did for like the boss battles and the new Mega Evolutions, but I didn't make a DLC video because I was like, it doesn't even feel worth it. There's no point. Thanks for the 20 jewels. All right, see you later, guys. Have a good day. Bye.